Hey, if y'all can hear me, press one. Hey, brother Auntie, stay right there. I'm gonna send you the link so you can come up. Anybody else that wants to come up, you can. But if anything that happened, get them out, y'all. Get them out. So, if y'all can hear me, press one. Please press one if y'all can hear me. Welcome to my channel. Hey, Sister Corinne, how you doing? Keep up the fine work, sis. Keep up the fine work. Let me get this. Let me get this out the way. Matter of fact, let me put the link in. Right. But trying to make this announcement. Anybody wants to come up? We're gonna talk about sports tonight and also probably other stuff, but it's gonna be dealing with sports. Again, welcome to my channel, The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grind. I appreciate you too. Number one grind, one of the best kept secrets on social media, the best of the business. Put it down a long time. So, and you get the link right there. You can come on up, brother. You come on up. So shout out to my underrated one family, the ones who rode with me throughout the years, even right now. Thank you. Right now, let's keep on standing on the truth. Let's keep on standing on the truth. And let me say this: the one that helped celebrate my birthday, the 4th of this month, I want to appreciate. Thank y'all so much. Very much appreciated. From the bottom of my heart, thank y'all so much. Also, shout out to No Duck Zone Podcast. Brother Clarence McLean and the Peoples and everything. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. That stands for Lions Den Boxing Community, also basketball community. Shout out to Brother 78 Sports TV and the rest of the LDBC family that stands for Lions Den Boxing Community, also basketball community. Shout out to you. I've been rolling throughout the years. Still is. So the cynical one, thanks for coming. Appreciate that. Thanks for your continued support. So, Brother Ant, so come on up. They got the link. I may post the link again because sometimes they be moving quickly up in here and everything. Um, yeah, but I was shout out to brother Mace Taggart. Shout out the great job that he did yesterday. He would be back in Tuesday. He gonna do the NHL the news. So hey, Michelle, how you doing? Thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. It's a Seneca one. Thanks for coming. Thank you. Got women up in here. Cool. Good women up in here. Cool. And while Auntie getting something to come up here, let me see. Hold on. Let me see this. I'm getting ready to come here. We're gonna talk about some different stuff, different sports. And there's a lot of people that hate on Kobe and other players. We're gonna talk about that, and it's really getting on my nerves. Like we're gonna talk about what Tracy McGrady said. You know, it's crazy. And so and and also I want the women. Y'all know the story. Y'all can chime in too. Brother Auntie, welcome, brother.
What's up, JT?
I'm all
What's
right.
good, fam?
I'm good.
Chilling. Let's talk about it, bro.
Let's talk
You
about
see your
this.
thumbnail, dog. Okay. So the Kobe stands, they kind of triggered your boy. 'Cause look, I was a fan of Kobe Bryant. You know what I'm saying? I'm 42 years old. I
Mm-hmm.
remember going. I felt like I went through a bunch of that shit with him. I think what was I probably like ninth or 10th grade when he was drafted. It was something like that. So that was like some cool shit, bro. 17 years old. His parents had to sign his first NBA contract because he wasn't old enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? He was the first guard to make the jump. He took Brandy to the prom and shit. Like I remember all of that shit, bro. But
Yeah.
but these Kobe fans, like I was on a channel just yesterday, and a dude legit said he has never seen a better player than Kobe Bryant ever in his life. I was checking out that Scap Attack show. Okay. And this dude is like, I mean, and the Dreamers Pro Show and all of these other channels, they make it seem like this dude is just, with the exception of Michael, this guy is the greatest ever. And I'm like, look, I get it, but I don't, because in order to do this, like, they sound just like the LeBron stands. In order to prop up their guy, they have to diminish other guys.
Right.
Now, the Tracy McGrady argument, I get it. I don't even see why they're even bothering arguing that. There is no comparison between the two when it comes to Tracy McGrady. Kobe Bryant head and shoulders above him, career wise. If y'all want to go by the eye test, whatever, that's a matter of opinion. But the accolades and just everything is just Kobe can have that. But when you tell me, because they're mainly pissed off because there's that LeBron Jordan quote unquote GOAT debate, and they're like, what about Kobe? I'm like, what about Kareem? What about Magic? What about Bird? What about Russell? You feel me? Like, what
Good.
about Tim? What about Tim Duncan? Like, your boy has not even, like, Kobe, that is, has not even passed those other guys. We was on Mace's channel last night. He mentioned
Yeah.
Havlicek, and that's the truth. Kobe didn't even pass John Havlicek. And that's not a disrespect, because you tell the Kobe stands that, they'll be like, that's disrespectful to Kobe. No, it's not. I
Yeah.
have
I'll
all the
go.
respect for
Yeah. I'm
Kobe.
glad you brought it about Hondo because I'm gonna talk about him, but I'll wait till you finish.
No, I'm just saying, like, I got all the respect for Kobe, but at the same time, like, I'm not going to disrespect these other guys by pretending like their careers never happened. I'm not going to pretend like Dr. J didn't have a career in the ABA and then in the NBA. Like, Dr.
Mhm.
J was better than Kobe Bryant, and his ABA numbers kind of prove it. So I don't I just don't understand why that's what we're doing now. We have to, in order to bump up our guy, we have to diminish the other guy. We have to shit on the other guy's legacy. That's not right. You know, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it's disrespectful to Kobe to say Magic and Kareem were great. Like, and in the grand scheme of shit, they actually had better careers, more storybook careers, and whether you want to go by the accolades, the all-time numbers, whatever the case may be, they're above Kobe. You want to count the MVPs, you want to count the titles, all of that shit. You want to count the amount of times they were the best player on their team, 4 championship teams. They their numbers are higher than Kobe. So why are we just forgetting about these guys? I'm not talking about Robert Horry. I'm talking about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. How are you the greatest player ever when you're not even the greatest Laker ever? Yeah, folks don't like that, but it's the truth. You know. Then no doubt, and I don't care what Magic Johnson says. He's just a nice guy that smiles a lot. Um, Magic Johnson was better than Kobe Bryant. And why can I say that? Because Magic Johnson came into the Lakers his rookie season, won a championship, and was instantly the best player on that damn team, even with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar there.
That's a good point you said because when Kobe first came in, he said he was on the bench.
Yeah, he was on the bench, and this is not a disrespect to Kobe, because I
No
believe
disrespect, right?
that was just his story arc. You know what I'm saying? That's what he had to go through. He had to learn to follow before he could learn to lead. He had to learn to play in the system. The triangle, Phil Jackson, having Shaquille O'Neal in his personnel allowed him to not have to carry a load like a LeBron James had to carry, or even like a Michael Jordan had to carry, or any of that stuff. You didn't have to carry all of that stuff. All you had to do for the most part was close. You know?
Yeah,
So
right,
that's what I'm saying. Um,
right.
so even when, and I know me and you almost got into the argument, I'm like, I like Kobe Bryant. If I gotta choose one player, like if I gotta pick a player on my team, I'll take Kobe Bryant over LeBron James. Yes, any day.
Yeah,
But
me
at the
too.
same time, when I gotta rank these guys in just the hierarchy, I gotta give this one to LeBron. And it's not because Kobe wasn't great. Is LeBron James was the best player on all four of his championship teams. LeBron James has four MVPs, not just one. He has four MVPs. LeBron James is the all-time leading scorer, and he's just adding to it. And LeBron James, like like I said, he was the best player on all four of his championship teams. You know, he's got the assist numbers, he's got all of that stuff. So it's not disrespectful to Kobe to say that LeBron James is a couple notches above him, as far as the career is concerned. Now, granted, did you play an extra? Probably it's going to be about 8 years, so that's why you got more points. Was your load a lot heavier because you're doing everything? You're dominating the ball. You would LeBron James wouldn't have had that numbers had he played in the triangle. Obviously not, because you're not allowed to just dribble the air out of the damn ball and that's it. You just dominate the ball and the assist or the points go to you every single time. It wasn't like that. If he had Shaq and he had Phil Jackson coaching him, you would have had to move that damn ball around and the ball would have had to find you. You would have had to do other things. So I get it. So I'm not gonna. I don't really want to hold the fact that Kobe Bryant was in a system that worked for him, early on in it, with those first three titles. I don't want to hold it against them. But at the end of the day, these guys that have been the best player on their team their whole damn careers and actually won just as many titles or more titles as the best player on their team, I'm not going to pretend like their careers didn't happen just because I like Kobe.
I get what you're saying, but
You know,
for
same
me,
with Larry Bird. Like I saw Larry Bird play. Larry Bird was better than Kobe Bryant, man. What do you think about that?
I now I can go with that, but
Three
with
consecutive
LeBron, but with
MVPs.
LeBron better than Kobe, nah, I can't see that.
I'm talking about career wise. If I gotta pick a player
I
to,
can't.
to to put on the
Even
team,
career
I'm
wise, I
gonna
can't.
pick
I don't see
Kobe.
it. Right.
Right.
I
I'm
understand what you're
just looking
saying.
at the career. If you just black out their faces and you have to pick one career or the other, that's it. One guy's got four MVPs, four titles, best player on his team for each one of them, all-time leading fucking scorer. You know what I'm saying? Four titles, three different teams. You know, three different teams, and he's likely going to finish his career number one in scoring and top 3 to 5 in assists and rebounds, and that's regular season and playoffs. Like that's it. And then I got to compare him to the guy with 5 titles, and he wasn't even the best player on three of those championship teams. Okay, and he only has one MVP. Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but I take Kobe over LeBron any day
I'm
because
not going
Kobe
to
has
argue that. I
this.
would take Kobe over LeBron. I would take Kobe over LeBron. I like my chances to win the game a little bit better. But I'm saying if I
Yeah.
had to pick one career in hindsight to have over the other, I'm going to pick the one with four MVPs, four titles, hands down the best player in the world while he's winning all of those damn titles, or at least 3 out of 4 of those titles. Um, like three MVPs with three different teams. Oh, I'm sorry, four titles with three different teams. Like that's it's a lot of stuff. But I don't want to diminish the careers of guys like Kareem, Magic, Bird, Tim Duncan. You know, Tim Duncan, Hakeem Olajuwon, Wilt Chamberlain, Dr. J, John
Yeah.
Havlicek. Like, why are we pretending like these guys never played
Now,
basketball?
and this is the thing. I'm glad you brought up because I want to explain about Hondo. Now, the late great John Havlicek, when he first came in, a lot of people don't know he didn't start. He was coming. He was coming off the bench. A lot of people know he was coming off the bench for years, and that's when he started to start. That's when I believe that Bill Russell became a player coach. I believe in the late '60s, and that's when people say, "Oh, yo, John Havlicek, you know what's doing?" No, John Havlicek was doing his thing. You know what I mean? Even back then. So John Havlicek was a bad. John Havlicek was a bad man. A lot of people don't know. Look at John. Look at Johnny. Yeah, he got the Knicks up there. I hear that. So so people gotta understand. We gonna talk about players that should be it deserved and stuff like that. Even people don't even talk about Oscar Robertson,
There you go. Earl Monroe, like,
Earl Monroe, Walt
uh,
Frazier. We never talk about when we talk about greats. We don't never mention Walt Frazier or the great Walt Frazier and the great Earl Monroe. We never. I don't know why. I bring it up. You bring it up. Come on.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're before my time, but I've seen film. I've heard the stories. I even hear like I was saying on Mace's the other night. I'm watching the Rucker Park documentaries and stuff, and I see like you know it was off the hook when Kobe showed up to the Rucker.
Yeah.
When Durant had that legendary game at the Rucker. But even in the modern era, nothing was like when Dr. J was at the Rucker. Like nothing.
Nothing like it.
Without social media and all of that shit. Like you talking about, and the whole city come to see the damn game. They all showed up to see Kobe play, and he showed out. Same with Kevin Durant. Yes, but Dr. J, you talking about people on rooftops in trees.
And the TV back then was black and white.
I'm talking about people were in damn trees.
Reads.
You know,
Sit on school. Sit on
people were on
school.
fire escapes, trees,
Yes,
rooftops,
on school on roofs.
all of that. They said what
It's in it. Y'all
easily.
can Google it if you
They
want. It's
said
there.
easily 200,000 people showed up to see the doctor play at Rucker Park. Easily.
We talking about late '60s going to early
And
'70s
this
though.
ain't no social media, ain't no
None.
smartphones, ain't no shares. The word just got out and nobody wanted to miss it.
And even back then, that's when the NBA was still showing like tape delays. They wasn't really showing like really live, at that time. People I want people to remember that too. This is word of mouth. So my late father used to tell me that when he used to go to sometimes he used to go to work, and sometimes he said, man, he said that A train that D train used to be packed. I said they went to work to see Dr. J. My late father told me that.
I'm, I'm, I mean, this is just all I'm saying. Like I said, I like Kobe Bryant just as much as the next guy, but you can't make an argument for him being the greatest of all time when you got three titles where you're not even the best player on your team, bro.
Hey, welcome. Love Aries, welcome.
That's all I'm saying. And
Right.
I don't and I know the Kobe thing. It's disrespectful. No, it's not. It's a fact. It's a fact. You know. So it's
That's
just like the LeBron stance. If you have him, like they say, it's disrespectful that I got the dude ranked number 5. You know. Because here's my list, JT. All right, the top 3, you can have it in any order you want. But I said Jordan, Kareem, Russell. You could switch that order of those top 3 if you want to. That's my order though. Those are the top 3: Jordan, Kareem, Russell. You know, I'll explain it. Russell's got 11 titles, but come on, there's no free agency. There's only 12 teams in the league. I mean, it's tough to try to hold it against him. That's why he's still up there, because you played in the league that you were playing in. But there's also no merger either. So, and you guys are playing 40, you know, 48 points, 48 minutes a night. Like for real, those Wilt and Bill Russell used to play 48 minutes a damn night. So
Mhm.
at the end of the day, that's why you see them having 26 rebounds per game seasons and shit, bro. They're playing 48 damn minutes. Guys played like that back then. Now, Bill Russell is still up there, but that's what keeps him out of like the hands down number one. Is just because, like I said, there's no free agency, so that changes things as far as dynasties. So 11 titles ain't as easy to win in a league that has free agency and all of these crazy salary caps and second aprons and all of this stuff going on. It's just really tough to maintain winning squads and people train their replacements and stuff. But
Yeah,
you're you're still up there in the top 3 because 11 titles in 13 years is impressive in any sport.
right. And
Any
also,
sport.
I want to talk about the Knicks team back in the 1970s. 1970 and
Well, before
73.
you do, let me finish this top 10 list, right? Check this
Okay.
out. Okay,
Right.
so in that three, like I said, Jordan, Kareem, Russell. All right, number four by himself is Magic Johnson. Okay, you talking about what 11, 12 full seasons, 9 trips to the finals, or 11 full seasons, 9 trips to the finals, 5 titles, all of which best player on his team. All 5 of them with 3 MVPs. Okay, and in 11 years, you know what I'm saying, he's still in the top 2 or 3 or number one in his, yeah, he's like 2 or 3 in assists.
Assists, yeah, he in the
In
top
assists
three
all time.
all
With a
time, right?
career spanning half the amount of time of these other guys that he's being compared to for that position. You know, come on, you can't forget Magic. Came in a winner, pretty much left a damn winner. Like he never, like, you know what I'm saying? Like this guy's game didn't even have to improve because he came in that good. You know?
Yeah,
So I'm like, hands down, by himself, number four, Magic Johnson. Notice I still haven't gotten to Kobe yet. All right, number five. This is where the argument comes. I got LeBron James. I'm sorry. You know, I know folks don't like that. I gotta give him that. You know, don't like the dude, but bro, you got 4 titles, you got 4 MVPs. You know, you're the all-time leading scorer. You're probably gonna finish when it comes to playoffs and all that other stuff, top 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 three in points, assists, rebounds. Like, come on, points, assists, and rebounds. What other player is going to have all 3 of those and be in the top 3 to 5 in all of that stuff? So the all-time numbers, he's up there, man. Definitely up there. So I give him number five, you know, by himself right now. Number six, I have to give that to Larry Bird. You're talking about 3 MVPs, you know what I'm saying? 3 titles was what it was. And what, about 11, 12 year career, something like that, 11, 12, 13 year career. Not as long, but that's pretty damn solid. He's got like 6 trips to the finals, 5 or 6 trips to the finals, 3 MVPs, 3 titles, and dude could flat out shoot the basketball. And I'm going with the eye test too. You know what I'm saying? His all-time 3 point numbers would have been higher had he been able to play in a league that was predicated on the 3 point shot. You know, the 3 point line was a novelty back then. You know what I'm saying? It was just coming in from the ABA. So coaches didn't have schemes that really revolved around the 3 point line like they do now. So, you know, Larry Bird, number six by himself. Number seven is Tim Duncan. Okay. 5 titles, 2 MVPs, 3 finals MVPs. Okay. 3 of them. Okay. This dude never had to improve for his entire career. 5 titles over the course of 3 different decades. How do you just negate all of that stuff? And that's number seven. You know, right there, Tim Duncan. Okay. Then comes Kobe Bryant. Okay. You have 5 titles, 2 of which you're the best player on your team. You have 7 trips to the finals. You have 1 MVP, an 81 point game. You know, and I think Kobe is like a solid, what, number 3 all time scorer, number 4 all time scorer, something like that. You know, because he's right behind LeBron, Kareem, Karl Malone, and then comes Kobe Bryant. So, you know, you're up there. You're up there. No, I can't. I'm not going to disrespect you, but the Kobe stands think it's disrespectful to have him at number 8. I don't think so. You know, and then number 9, I have Shaquille O'Neal. 4 titles, 3 finals MVPs. Eye test says he's probably the most dominant player to ever play basketball. You know what I'm saying? The dude catches the ball in that painted area. It's 2 points. Drop step dunk every time, no matter who the hell is under there. You know? And then number 10, I'll put Steph Curry. Similar career to Shaq, but hey, you got 2 titles where you're not even the best player on the team. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant is the finals MVP. It is what it is. You know, but you still got 4 titles and you change the game and you got 2 MVPs. One of them's unanimous, storybook seasons, and I'll leave it at that. Now, when you're talking about the, you know, 10 or 11 through 20, then you got to have guys like Wilt Chamberlain, Olajuwon, Moses, Isaiah, Havlicek. Oh, I even had to apologize to Mace because I know Mace has Havlicek a little higher, you know, on the chart, and I can't really argue that because he's got a good argument. But you can't leave the guy out, you know, because you can't leave him out, you know. and all of that other stuff. But yeah, rings fucking matter, man. All of the I have not mentioned one guy that doesn't have a damn title, and I didn't even mention one guy that only has one.
Yeah. So Walt Frazier's like in the top 20 in the list, right?
No, and that's no disrespect to Clyde, but I'm not gonna like. Okay, so I didn't. I'm not gonna order it everything else, but I mean when you're talking about Wilt, Isaiah, um, yeah, Wilt, Isaiah, Olajuwon,
Yeah, I
um,
understand that.
you know, Havlicek, like these guys are they're not even just the best players on their team. When they were winning titles, these guys were the best players in the world. And when did Walt Frazier, and you would know better than I do, you're a little older. When did Walt Frazier have a claim to being the best player on planet Earth? At what
When he's
point
with
of
the
his career?
Knicks. With the
Not
Knicks.
like when he was the
Go.
best player in the world.
But you're talking about rings, right?
No, I'm not just
If
talking
we
about
talk, we
rings.
go no, no,
Like
no,
it's
hold
one
on. If
thing to
we
win
gonna
because
talking
every
about rings, we talking about rings.
we're not just talking
He was
about rings.
MVP. He was the best player of the Knicks teams back in 1970, 73, right?
But was he the best player in the world?
But you talking about rings, right?
I'm not just talking about rings. Just like you said, 70, 73, he's got two titles. Every guy I just mentioned has two titles. You know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about Olajuwon, when I'm talking about Isaiah, when I'm talking about Wilt Chamberlain, um,
Okay.
all of these
Okay.
guys, they got two titles just like Walt does. But
Okay, that's
when
your
they were
list.
winning
Okay.
titles, they are the best in the world.
Okay.
That's what I mean. Like they were just like and that I don't think I'm disrespecting Walt Frazier. I just barely have him in the top 20 if he's even there. Definitely top
I'm
20. I'm
the,
not sure if he's
I
there
feel like this, and we gonna
because
talking
I
about
can't leave
greats.
out Dr. J as well.
No, no, of course we can't leave out no Dr. J. And I mean, before I get to Walt Frazier, I mean, what they need to do, they need to combine the ABA
Yes.
records to the NBA. They should,
Yeah.
and they would have been more greater. People like because
Dr.
everybody
J
looks at
wouldn't keep
Dr. J
being
like
forgotten
dunking,
about. Yeah, he wouldn't keep being forgotten about.
right?
But
And that's the
that's
thing
just like
about it. If you look at Dr. J, everybody look at his dunks and stuff, and go, you should look at scoring, rebound, scoring, defense, and all
best player in the world and Dr. J was the best player in the world through the entire 70s just about. So,
both sides.
mhm. Yeah, both
But
sides of
but,
the
but
ball.
everybody talking about the dunk.
You know? Now, I understand where the outrage comes from when Tracy McGrady says some dumb shit. Like he says, put me in Kobe's spot, I win a title. No, we don't not no. No, bro. The best ability is availability. And homeboy, your wheels fell off. Your wheels fell off and your wheels kept falling off. And on top of that, I don't think you had the mentality like Kobe Bryant had,
He didn't have it.
to the point where Kobe Bryant had to have, and somebody took offense when I think they tried to compare Kobe to Scottie Pippen as a number two. And I'm like, I wouldn't compare him playing wise to Scottie Pippen, but definitely mentality wise, because you had to have that mentality to be able to win three titles with Shaq, knowing damn well how good you are, but still being willing to be the second guy. You know, and I know that wasn't easy for a guy like of Kobe's ilk. How do I know Tracy McGrady doesn't have that? Because he had, motherfucker, you had a co-star in Toronto. You left because you wanted your own team. Didn't even get any
Name it. Like
compensation.
last night,
Mhm.
that's one.
Mhm. Then, you know what I'm saying? You had Grant Hill, but you had a chance to get Tim Duncan. And instead of helping to recruit Tim Duncan, you let Doc Rivers botch that shit and fuck it up. Okay? So you had chances to be on teams with other transcendent generational talents just like Kobe was with Shaq, and you botched it. You either fucked it up or your wheels fell off. Like when you ended up with Yao Ming. Okay, you ended up with a transcendent generational damn talent in a big man, and you couldn't even stay healthy. And people are like, oh well, that's injuries, that's injuries. Look, that's part of the fucking game, man. A Bugatti is a nice car, okay? But if a wheel falls off of it every time I ride 20 miles, is it better than a Camaro? That's what I'm saying.
And, yeah,
If the
and
wheel won't even stay on the damn car, is it better than a Camaro? No, it's not. At least the Camaro keeps wheels on it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. So
I mean, I mean,
I
like,
don't give a fuck if you are a Bugatti. You can't. You have no wheel. Your wheels keep falling off. So this guy keeps getting hurt. You got back spasms. You got these injuries. You got that injuries. And maybe that's because you didn't want to play in the system. You did. You wanted all that load on yourself. Yo, Kobe. I'm not gonna. I can't really punish Kobe for not putting extra. Like if you have Shaquille, why are you out there beating yourself up and getting hurt all night? Like you should be using the resources given to you. You got the
I mean,
triangle offense. You've got, you know what I'm saying? You got Phil Jackson. You've got Shaq. You got like you got help. Use it. So I can't blame him for that.
right, but this is the thing about Tracy McGrady. Like when we going by, um, like this that
Oh, thank you, Bridget.
thank you, Bridget. But this is the thing that well, what pissed me, as you know, Tracy McGrady, you had y'all. I mean, we brother Auntie, what he's saying about, oh, you agree, Auntie? No, brother Auntie, other two, I agree with that. But you had transitional player in y'all mean, and you still cannot get out the first round.
There you go. So
You
to
you
tell
don't
me that
have
you would have
no
just won a
saying,
title, like y'all saw what just happened to Tyrese Halliburton, bro. You fucking blow
right?
out a damn tire, bro, in game 7. Ain't no title, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So there's a big difference between never being able to get out the first round and just saying, well, if I had Shaq, I would have missed me with the bullshit, bro. It's more to winning a title than just who you got. You know,
Man, and then you got oh, Arenas, Gilbert Arenas. You have to be kidding me.
he's in no position to talk. But at the
None.
same time, like with the whole ring culture shit, I mean, he was always the type of player that said, "Look, just give me my money, and I
That's
don't
it.
need to win the game as long as I get more points than the other team's best player." That's all he ever gave a shit about, and he's always been honest about that. He's like, as long as if I'm playing against the Lakers, I don't give a fuck if we win or not, as long as I bust Kobe's ass. That's all he gave a shit about, you know. So I mean, it is what it is, and that's why those guys don't have, they didn't make it to the next level. They made their money, and that was it. Now I don't know if Tracy McGrady was really on that shit, but come on, bro, there had to be some level of selfishness that caused him to depart Toronto like he did. You had Vince Carter, bro. Like you had Vince Carter, and this is coming right off of the Jordan Bulls and shit, bro. When a wing tandem looked like it was the formula for dynasties, you had Vince Carter in your backcourt. Oh, not in your backcourt, on the wings with you. That come on, bro. You just left. Damn what you could have been. You just left. We don't know your mentality. You wanted to be the guy. At least Kobe won 3 championships before he decided that shit. Tried to win a fourth. You know, he tried to win uh he tried to win 4, you know, before he was like, look, I gotta get the fuck out of here, or I gotta get out of here, or you gotta get him out of here. You know?
Right.
So I mean I can respect that, but at least he won the titles first before he decided to get selfish. You know, respect to that. So I mean I think that's more of a feather, in Kobe's cap than anything. As far as the ring culture is concerned, I did my research. Now, LeBron James has no room to talk when it comes to this shit, because I don't want to hear that it's a team. Oh, rings are a team accomplishment. Um, and that doesn't mean that I'm not great and all of this other shit. And fuck what you said about not one, not two, not three. Miss me with that stuff. Fuck what you said about being the greatest player, the greatest of all time because you won that one ring for Cleveland, and now all of a sudden rings are a team accomplishment, even though you say one ring made you the greatest, not your team the greatest, but you the greatest. Fuck that. That's already contradictory. Let's talk about the metrics. Jordan's magic number was 57. In other words, if Jordan had 57 or more wins in a season, he won a championship each fucking season. Okay? And he only had one season of one of his championship seasons where he only won 57 games. But a
Right.
50 if basically those Phil Jackson coach teams, 57 was the magic number. You win 57 games, you can get to the finals. If you can get to the finals, you can win the title. That's it. Phil
Yeah.
Jackson never coached a 57 win team that didn't make it to the finals. Okay, LeBron James has been on three 57 win teams that didn't that either number one didn't win a title or number two didn't even make the damn finals. Okay, so don't tell me that you didn't win the title those years. Like, because come on, you got two MVP years in Cleveland, that being '09, 2010, 61 wins, 63 wins,
Really,
right?
yeah.
Right? Both times. Each time you didn't even make it out of the Eastern Conference. 61, 63 times. 663. So if your team is good enough to win 63 out of 82 games, how the hell are you going to tell me that, well, my team wasn't good enough to get me over the hump? Every time Jordan and Kobe's teams were good enough to win 57 damn games or 60
Thank you.
games, they brought home the gold ball.
Yep.
So you weren't complaining about how bad your team was when you was getting them 63 wins. You didn't complain about how bad your team was until you could. The difference is not that your team's not good. The difference is that you can't close. That's really
Yeah.
what it is. So let's just keep it real. So let's talk about the nuance of the conversation. It's not just about the team that you have. These guys that we're talking about fall into the category of closers. They can close. So when we talking about ring culture and all of that, we associate these guys and their greatness, and we use rings as a metric because your ability to close is how we measure you when it comes to greatness. And this son of a bitch couldn't close. That's why he's not the greatest of all time, and it's too late for that. I got to be real. He actually blew that in 2007. People want to put it on
Right.
2011. I'm
Did.
sorry. I'm like, you blew it in 2007. LeBron James would have had a claim to the greatest player of all time had he won that damn ring in 2007. Real shit. 22 years old, get right to the finals, drag that team to the finals, and win the title against the damn Spurs. Trust me, the narrative would have been different. The
Very
narrative
different.
would have been different, real different. But bro, you not only did you not win that title, your ass got swept, bro. Swept, swept with the broom. So, but you want to make, oh, well, I didn't have a good enough team. No, you did have a good enough team. You had a good enough team to get through the whole East. You just beat the damn Detroit Pistons that just came off of, what was it? Three back to back or three consecutive conference finals appearances.
Finals. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Conference finals appearances. Um, 2 out of 3 trips to the finals and one title. You just beat them, beat the shit out of them too. You know, so your team was good enough to get you there. Why wasn't your team good enough to beat the Spurs? What was the problem?
Yeah.
No, the difference is you weren't good enough to get past the Spurs. Your team was plenty.
Yeah, and also, and I hear people in the space. We talking about having these conversations. Shout out to brother NT, and shout out to everybody else. And welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. You're truly the number one grinder, one of the best case secrets on it. But let me, I be hearing a lot of sports stuff. Late, I think I said lately for a while in the spaces. Y'all, you want to have the real talk. Come over here. Let's have these talks. But see, y'all don't want to because y'all don't do your own investigation. Y'all say y'all don't want to because y'all too fast and oh yeah, y'all just so y'all are so oh wow going right now. But y'all that's why I'm saying respect the NBA legends. There are people had laid the foundation back then, so we see paper flourish. So we see players have flourished right now.
Well, I mean, notice how they're trying. Like I watched a bullshit stat when I was watching the finals, and it had Shea Gilgeous Alexander's numbers, and this is they said nobody has scored like 30 plus points in all of these consecutive games or something like that since 1997. And I'm just when I see that stat like that graphic come up on the screen, I laugh my ass off because I'm like, notice how they had to put since 1997. They did everything that they fucking could to not even mention Michael Jordan right there.
Yep.
Like, and it's clear as day. Like, y'all like, yeah, well, yeah, hey, he's great, but we don't even mention the other guy that was better than him. I ain't never seen no shit like that. You know what I'm
And
saying?
and it's so convenient, like you said, they picked a certain year.
Like, hey, I don't
They're
remember
trying
when
to
they used to
diminish
put
trying to
Jordan's
diminish
all-time
another player.
numbers up there.
Incredible.
Yeah, when they used to put Jordan's all-time numbers and how he ranked or whoever or even Kobe's, I don't remember them saying since like 95 or since 86 or some shit. Like, nah,
Right.
it went all the way back. You saw pictures of guys in black and white and shit. You
Yeah.
know, when they would compare them. It's like they're scared to do that because these guys will be embarrassed now. And to hell with Gilbert Arenas talking about, well, this isn't right. You guys have this black Jesus guy that nobody's ever gonna measure up to. It's like it's not that nobody's ever gonna measure up to him. It's that you motherfuckers did. I'm pretty sure somebody will measure up and surpass Michael one day. I may not live to see it. You may not live to see it. But damn it, I'm pretty sure it can be done. These dudes are just mad because they're not the guys that did it. They fucked
Yeah.
up. You know, like LeBron is like no disrespect to you, bro. But no, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure there will be a guy at some point that's gonna come in there probably rookie season and just bam, win 9 out of 10 titles in a row, dog. Like his first damn 11 years in the league, bro. Motherfucker might just do that shit, bro. Um,
Yeah.
but that dude ain't you. Like that dude ain't you.
No, it's not.
You know, so no
Yeah.
disrespect. You had a great career, man. Great career, and I don't want to diminish you, but I'll be damned if I gotta diminish Michael Jordan or Kobe or Magic Johnson or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or Larry Bird or just like you say Earl Monroe and Dr. J and all of them just to make you feel better about yourself. Fuck you.
Right.
Like that's crazy. You know?
It really is. Yeah, I mean, it really is and stuff. Let me ask you this question before we continue. What do you think about the NBA draft?
I mean, I still don't believe that I don't believe the Mavericks are keeping that kid. I said it last night and I still believe it. I don't think they're keeping that kid at all. You know? And if they are, then that means that team is a total clusterfuck. And I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Kidd bails. Yeah,
Well,
I wouldn't be
let's talk
surprised
about
at
this.
all
The Knicks.
because you have an injured Kyrie, you've got an injury prone Anthony Davis, you have an aging injury ridden Clay Thompson, playing. Like, are, are you in win now mode or are you building for the future? Y'all gonna have to like pick a struggle for real because I don't see how Cooper Flag fits into the win now mode with these guys. And also I don't see how these guys fit into the player development like scenario with this kid Cooper Flag. Like I just don't see. If you're gonna tell me no, Cooper Flag fits in the win now mode, bullshit. Okay, this dude has not played an NBA game. And let's keep it real, JT. He's a white boy, man.
Of course.
Like, come on, bro. When the hell was the last time you seen? Well, I know when the last time, but when's the last time you seen an NBA team rest their damn their next year or 2 years championship on a rookie white boy? And I know the answer. I'm just being real, and I don't give a damn for real. I ain't seen it since Larry Bird.
That's like 40 years ago.
There you go. And this kid is good, but he ain't Larry Bird. So come on.
That's what I'm saying. Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't be in these conversations. Well, I ask him what y'all talking about, y'all.
And I like the
You said
kid, man. I
you
think
told me
he's a
he's the
great
second
player.
coming. He's the second coming of Larry Bird.
But that's the, I mean,
Right.
if the Dallas Mavericks are trying to like, okay, and that's my point. Like, how the hell are you trying to win a championship when you trade away your All NBA play? Like, you had a 26-year-old All NBA player, bro. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Y'all saying he's out of shape, defense wins championships, all that other garbage. I get it. I get it. I get it. But bro, in my lifetime, I have not seen an NBA franchise win a damn title without an All NBA player on it. Closest thing I
Uh,
seen to that was the '04 Pistons, and they still had Ben Wallace, who was that defensive player of the year. That's all NBA first team defense.
uh-huh.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you need an all NBA player on your damn roster in order to win. You had a 26-year-old all NBA damn player. You don't trade him away when you're trying to win championships. And you damn sure don't do it for Anthony Davis. So what are y'all really trying to do over there?
So let me ask you this question: do you think Jason Kidd is going to leave to be the coach of the Knicks?
I don't know where he's actually gonna go, but unless if the Mavericks have a plan, I, they better have made that shit clear to Jason Kidd, or else yeah, he should leave, because you don't want to deal with you don't want to work for a front office that has their heads up their ass, for real, as a coach. Bro, you're over here coaching, trying to get the best out of the team that you got, and they over here just shuffling motherfuckers, bro. That makes your job extremely tough, and you know they'll fire you in a fucking heartbeat. Like, we know that. So nah, bro, I would jump ship.
Because now the Mavericks talking about that they Jason Kidd got to honor his contract because he signed an extension, I believe, last year. But
He
the
can
Knicks still
resign.
going on,
He can
huh?
resign. He can resign.
Huh?
He can resign. Yeah, he can resign. He would just have to give up the damn money. But he can resign.
So
So, but I mean, it all depends on what the Mavericks' plan is. So if they actually have one, if they have one, just let him know what it is. Like, if the plan is to, they draft Cooper Flag and they're just trying to package the right deal and get Boston. Maybe we can let Flag do his thing in the summer league, show him off a little bit, or maybe even let him show off for like half the season, and then maybe they could pry Jalen Brown from um from Boston, something like that. Um, just little things like that. Maybe that's their plan. I don't know. Or maybe their plan is to move KD or AD, and keep Kyrie. I don't know, but they're gonna have to like vocalize an actual plan to their head coach. You see what I'm
yeah,
saying? Or else he should leave, because I wouldn't want to coach that team right there with no plan. Like, is this my team or is it not? You gotta let me know.
right.
Or are we just trying to keep our head above water until Kyrie gets back? And you want me getting them to play as good as possible? Is this the team I got moving forward? Or do y'all plan on making another big move? Let me know. Y'all gotta let me know. Because I mean, that's
I,
what I'm saying. Like, it's not now. Granted, if you didn't have Cooper Flag, I would say, yo, just you can just, like, it's up to you if you like Dallas that much. If, because Jason Kidd was drafted by Dallas and shit. So if you like the city that and won a championship out there too. So
right.
and just coach them to the final. So I mean, if you like Dallas that much and you want to ride it out, cool. But after you just draft a kid like Cooper Flag as his head coach, I would be like, you got to let me know where I stand in this. Like, you got to let me know where I stand in this. Am I his coach? Like, or am I just passing through? Because if I'm just passing through, I can exit now. For real. Like, am I just the coach that you have until you get another coach for him? Because yeah, I can just go to New York now. Because keep in mind, when New York hires a coach, that job is no longer open. So it would suck to pass up on a 5-6 year deal with the Knicks when you can possibly coach them for the next 10 years or so. Um, it would be tough to pass up on that deal just so you can coach the Mavericks for another year and a half before they plan on firing you anyway.
Especially uncertainty is happening all
That's
around.
what I'm saying, dog. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? And right now, your team and people are like, oh, but you got Cooper Flag. I know Mace was arguing with me about, like, bro, that team is still full of volatility. You got a rookie, and he's not just
yeah.
any rookie. He was a freshman. This is a one and done rookie. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And you putting him with veterans that are coming off injuries and injury prone. There's a lot of volatility on that team. So what's up? You got to let me know. At least as a coach, I get it. You still have to be a professional. But y'all got to
Mm-hmm.
let me know what y'all plan is. I know you can't control injuries, and I know it's the player's job and my job to do everything that we can to win games in between four lines on inside of 48 minutes. I get that, but as far as
Right.
the shit y'all doing, you gotta let me know what the hell going on, you know, and what the plan is. And if y'all tell me straight up, look, this is Cooper Flag. Everybody else is available. Cooper Flag and Kyrie Irving are solid, and Klay Thompson solid. Everybody else is on the block. Anybody else can get traded any day. You would at least have to tell me that,
Right.
you know, because you got to know. I wouldn't want to have. Come on, bro. You got a one and done freshman, man. Like a one and done freshman, right? And then ridiculously talented, but man, as his coach, I got to know what I'm coaching you to. Am I just coaching you to get better? Or am I coaching us to win right now?
The thing about it, I mean, all right, let me explain people what brother May. I mean, what brother NT was talking. We both was on brother Mace tagging panel. Shout out to brother Mace tagging this channel. Great job. And so we was talking about that, when brother NT was talking about it, I was really like this, like y'all saying he's the second coming of Larry Bird.
I mean,
I
that's
thought
what they're saying. I mean, bro, you just drafted a white boy number one, dog.
one right.
You know what I'm saying? You just drafted him number one, and you have Kyrie Irving, and you have torn ACL Kyrie Irving. You have Anthony Davis, who's been injury prone his whole career, and you have Klay Thompson, who's coming off a well, he's not directly coming off of it, but this dude's got ACL, Achilles injuries. You know what I'm saying? He's in the twilight. Let's keep it real. Klay Thompson is on the downswing of his career at this point. I think we can agree on that, right? Klay Thompson is not in his prime right now. So, like, what the hell? You telling me that you're gonna compete for championships inside of 1 or 2 years right now,
Yeah.
and you're just gonna put a a white boy freshman.
And let me go more one thing better.
Like he ain't even a Euro,
He's
cuz.
not you.
He's not even a Euro, dog. I'm like, bro, it's one thing you bringing in a Euro, and that's when I don't want to hear the white boy shit, because you've been a professional since you was like 14, 15 years old. I get it. You've been playing for food since you was like 14. So you've been playing against grown men. Those Euros can do that, but and you don't know nothing but winning. You know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing but winning. You know what I'm saying? The Euros do. But nah, I'm like, this kid American. You an American
But
white
but
boy.
but 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 what I see the NBA is doing, you doing what they doing, you doing the Wolves to some play. They gonna look at like this, like, oh yeah, you mean he better than us? Oh, it's gonna be personal,
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. He's got the backup. I mean, see, it's rough because Kyrie's not healthy. I ain't gonna lie, it's rough. It's gonna be,
right? I mean, like, come
it's
on
rough.
now.
But dog, he got Anthony Davis under there with him, dog. Like he got Anthony Davis and Daniel Gafford, bro, and Derek Lively, dog. So he's got a squad that can win. And but you still have to kind of you're gonna have to hover like over 500 in the Western Conference until Kyrie Irving gets back. Now, I read something that said Kyrie Irving is eyeing a January return, like an early January return. I don't think it's possible. I think you can probably hope to see him around after the All Star break, early
Yeah,
March, maybe late
early
February.
March, right?
Yeah, and that's just the timetable of, but it is an ACL. It's not an Achilles. So the ACL, you can come back from that in like 9 months. It's just with somebody like Kyrie Irving, I want him to play with so much. If I'm his coach, if I'm the front office, I want him to just be able to play with confidence. So I would never rush Kyrie Irving back. You will
Right.
regret it. like you just will. Kyrie Irving has been pretty injury prone his career too, and it's always been the knee. It's always been the knees, right?
Right,
So
right,
this is another knee thing. So I know it's not going to be a Derrick Rose issue where he might like physically lose his confidence, but I don't want him to fuck around and compensate, hurt something else, whatever. I wouldn't rush him back. I want him to be extremely comfortable. You know,
right,
like I would just want him to be comfortable. I wouldn't. I never worry about his confidence, but I do want him to be comfortable before I bring him back. So you rush him back, there's going to be a problem. So if they can get him back in, let's say late January, early February, I would probably bring him off the bench for about a month, even if he wants to keep him on a minutes restriction for about a month and make sure he gets back to game speed. And then,
right,
come April when you're making that push for the playoffs, activate him,
right,
activate him. But still bring him off the bench, but just make sure he's the
right.
first guy off the damn bench, and then let him, and that's it. Activate him. But keep in mind, like this is coaching. This is where so Jason Kidd needs to know what's going on. Like the guys that I have to coach, are these going to be the guys that I'm going to be coaching? Like y'all gotta let me know.
And it seems like the Mavericks is keeping them out the loop. I can tell you that much.
Oh, I don't know. I think the Mavericks know the same thing the rest of us know, which is he's got interest in the Knicks job. Uh, yeah, and the Mavericks aren't just gonna let him go without having his replacement, which is, I mean, it's correct of them. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was extremely like disrespectful what the Knicks did, but they kind of evened it out by just trying to interview all those other coaches too. They kind of evened it out. It's like, okay, it's not just Jason Kidd. We doing this with
Right.
everybody. Yeah,
They stop
but
playing.
it was disrespectful as hell. Grindy, you know it was. It was that shit was extremely disrespectful,
Right.
and they did it while the finals was going on. Like, come on, it's just like, yo, hey, can we interview your coach? Because I don't even think he wants to play. I don't think he want to coach for y'all. I think he want to coach for us anyway. Do y'all mind? We want to hire him. This slimy. But what they're saying is he may just orchestrate some kind of sign and trade out of there. Some kind of sign and trade where the Knicks might have to give something up.
Yeah.
And that's what I was thinking. I'm like, if y'all are gonna do some shit like that, you should have just kept Thibodeau. If you were dating coaches,
I'm not a big Thibodeau fan. I let you. I'm not. But you know what I thought it was going to happen? I thought it was going to like. Look, I thought Nick's going to run it back. Tell Thibodeau, yeah, you get some more people, contribute to the bench and run it back. That's what I thought. And I don't like Thibodeau. I really don't. But
so so you think running it back is a good option, or I'm sorry, you thought that was likely after what you
I
saw
thought. No, let me tell you.
and you seen all this basketball.
I thought, but I know it
You
was
really
wrong.
saw that?
I thought, but I know deep down I said what's not going to happen.
Come on, Grinder. You know a fluke when you see it, and I'm a Knicks fan. That was a fluke.
Yeah, that was going to
No,
happen.
no. I was just saying what you saw last in the playoffs. That was a fluke. Beating Boston, it's a fluke. Like I gotta call it like I see it. Could the Knicks have beaten Boston? Absolutely. They could have beat them straight up. They didn't have to come back from 20 down, but you got to work your team. Like, you got to use your damn team. Boston beat Boston. We didn't beat Boston. Let's keep it real. The Knicks didn't beat Boston. Boston beat Boston. Boston kept shooting the damn three-pointer. Boston let Jalen Brunson keep just coming down, giving them the damn business. Boston refused to get back in damn transition. Boston didn't do what the hell Boston knew damn well they needed to do to win. You know?
Boston
So
didn't do what the hell Boston knew damn well they. Mm-hmm.
so I mean, I'm not saying the Knicks couldn't have beaten them, but the same reason why the Knicks couldn't beat the Pacers is why the Knicks really shouldn't have beaten them. You know? Like your offense and your defense is extremely predictable late in games. This is the same thing JJ Redick's going through in LA.
Yep.
This is you can't just pick a big name and assume this guy knows how to coach teams. This is about being able to run rotations and lineups to get to make the right matchups and and have some level of damn continuity, unpredictability, consistency, and efficiency late in games. Like you gotta be able to close.
Yeah.
Like that's all I'm saying. So, you know, I just don't
Yeah. Yeah.
understand. Yeah, I just don't like we watch JJ Redick do the same thing. You playing the same five guys through a whole second half. They said that man make not one substitution, bro, in the whole damn second half.
No, he
Never been
didn't.
done before. Not one substitution. And it's not even about guys getting tired. I mean, these dudes are pros, bro. They played, they played hundreds and thousands of NBA games. Each one of them has. So I'm not gonna say that they're tired by playing one damn NBA game with all of these TV timeouts. But I will say this: your offense becomes extremely predictable, okay, and your defense becomes it becomes easily exploitable. Because
Yeah.
they know exactly who they're gonna attack. You're not switching things up. You're not sending different shit at them and forcing them to adjust a little bit. Like you're not forcing them to do that. That's one of the reasons why Indiana was able to jump on out in that early lead in the series against against OKC. You know what I'm saying? Before they even got on the damn court, Dagnall's making adjustments to the lineup.
Yeah.
Bam, you're supposed to make teams start adjusting to you, not the other way around. If you're in a situation where you got to adjust to other teams, chances are you losing. Chances are you losing right now. you know, like right now. And the best coaches are either number one making teams make adjustments to them, or number two making the right adjustments to other teams to turn that shit into wins. You know?
Exactly.
So, um, but that's the difference. A lot of these guys have no right coaching, in that damn NBA. And we don't want to hear that, like with Thibodeau, you didn't have the personnel on the bench. I mean, they looked at the advanced analytics, looked at the numbers, looked at all of that stuff. Eye test, that bench wasn't that damn bad, and probably would have been a little bit better had they had some continuity throughout the course of the season. But they never
Right.
got on the damn court.
Right.
So maybe there's not confidence. Like I'm looking at Precious Ochua out there. He doesn't give a damn. He doesn't care because he knows he probably not even. He's surprised he even got on the court tonight.
Right.
No. So and from ownership perspective, it's like, bro, I got $20 million on the bench. I got $25 million on the bench, bro. And you're just letting it sit there, and we're losing. Yeah, bro, you're fired.
Yeah, and that's when people say like, you want to be fast. So listen, man. Let me tell you something. If you notice, all the teams that play in the finals, the Western and the Eastern, they play their bench. The Knicks was the only team they didn't want to play the bench unless they was forced. That is the problem. So when Tips was gone, I ain't lose no sleep over it.
I know.
Didn't.
Hey. Ah, man. Did I get that? Did I come up here and talk to you? I didn't get to say I told you so. Because I did say it right here on your panel, didn't I?
Yeah, I said say that. I told I know what the Tips fan
I
anyway.
told you Tibbs was fired.
Mm-hmm.
Anything less than a championship. I told you after the Boston series he was getting fired.
Yeah.
I said, yo, if he makes it to the finals, he's fired. If he does anything less than a championship, he is fired.
No, they're gonna bring him back. No, he gotta bring him a championship.
But nah, I mean, look, home court advantage, Eastern Conference Finals. You know, you don't get out. It's that's a fire. That's a fireable offense, bro. In New York, bro, that is a fireable offense.
Huh.
So it just is what it is. Like you just beat the world champs.
Yeah.
It's
No.
a fireable offense, and there are no more. They remember I told you because everybody was asking me, how do you like? How do you know they're gonna fire Tibbs? I'm like, it's the only other adjustment to make. They've made every other one that they could. You know? They traded away Julius Randle, and got a better player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people like, oh, get rid of him next. Does that make sense? It just doesn't make sense. You just
Right.
upgraded your damn All NBA power forward to another All NBA power forward. That's a better fit for your team. Is Cat perfect? Of course not, but he's kind of who he is at this point. You're not going to change much.
Mhm.
Like, you're not. Yeah, there are some things that need some improvement, but as a coach, it's really your job to be hiding those weaknesses and matching them and maximizing those strengths. It's no time to be critiquing them. The motherfucker's a decade long pro at this point. Your job is to put them in position to win. You can't do that. Fireable offense, dog.
I know. I tell people that's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't mad at you. What I don't understand, if Rick Brunson isn't the next head coach, why the hell is he still employed by the New York Knicks?
That's what I don't understand either. Somebody got to explain that to me too.
Because I like Rick Brunson as much as the next guy, but I'm like, yo, you gonna give him the whole head coaching job or get him the hell out of here too? Because I would have fired Tibbs' whole damn coaching staff.
Yup.
I'm not just
That's
gonna
what
fire Tibbs.
that's
I'm
what usually
firing
happen
the
anyway.
whole damn staff. Yeah,
Yo, that's what usually happen anyway. You fire the whole staff.
firing the whole damn staff. Every coach, with the exception of maybe the shooting coach. You know what I'm saying? I might keep a specialist coach, but as far as them X's and O and player development, yeah, all of y'all get the hell up out of here. All of y'all can get the hell up out of here. If I'm gonna fire the head coach, the rest of y'all got to go too. No disrespect.
Because somebody, I was in somebody's channel, I
And
forgot.
the only way I'm keeping the only way I'm keeping the staff or a percentage of the staff is if I'm about to promote somebody. That means I'm not hiring a new head coach. I'm just promoting somebody. Right?
It's just for me, I say, yeah. They say, yeah, man, Tibbs got fired. The whole coach didn't get fired. I said, no, the whole coach they need to go. They need to go. Why for what? Why I'm gonna keep them? Why I'm gonna keep them around?
Make
And
it
I'm
make
bringing a
sense,
coach
Grinda.
so he can implement his own coaching staff.
Make it make sense.
It doesn't make no sense to me. And
If you
maybe
don't,
and maybe Jason Kidd probably look at it too. Like if I'm coming to Nick, am I gonna bring my own coaching staff?
I mean, how you gonna do that? Your coaching staff still in Dallas. That's what I'm saying. Jason Kidd couldn't bring in a whole coaching staff. That's the messed up thing about it. So, I mean, Jason Kidd's really not much of an option. I don't think. I think really the only option is Rick Brunson
I
or Mark Jackson or something.
I'd rather have Mark Jackson. I'm sorry, Rick Bronson. I mean, his son and
I don't have a problem because Rick Brunson, in my whole lifetime, with the exception of since that motherfucker was at Temple University, I've only ever seen him on a Knicks bench. For real. So I I mean I don't why not give him the head coaching job? Shit. Fucker been on a Knicks bench for the last damn 35 years. 30 years.
yeah,
You know? For real, he's seen
that's
a lot.
smart, right? I mean,
He's seen
I
a
don't
lot.
like.
I think Pat Riley was his coach one year. I think. Don't quote me. But I know Jeff Van Gundy was his coach. He went through a lot of coaches in New York.
Yeah,
He coached a little bit in Chicago, and then he ended up coming to New York. So, you know what I'm saying? He's seen a lot, man. He's seen a lot. He understands the city. I don't have a problem with Rick Brunson, having that job. And then he just got to coach under Tom Thibodeau. So Tom Thibodeau's still a good coach, bro. I don't want to take that from him.
no, he's still a good coach.
It's just you're not arc like you got a lot of fireable offenses, man. Like you just do.
Lot of negativity. Let me like,
I mean, that's what they're saying now. I don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair at all. Even if he was like negative, like a drill sergeant and all that other stuff, man. I mean, they got the team winning. Like it got them winning. Um, and it's a shame that they've only improved like literally in the playoffs by one game each of like the last 3 years. One game. You know, 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, whatever, when they lost to Miami, they lost in the conference semis in Game 6, right? Then the next year, they lose in the conference semis in Game 7. This year, they lose in the conference finals in 6. Like you literally you just get one game better.
right.
That's it. One game better. That's unacceptable, bro. Like it's unacceptable.
It is.
So I think teams need to go back to what it was back in the 80s and the 90s, and you can speak for the 70s. I really can't, but that's the barometer, bro. If you're winning 55 plus games, that makes you a title contender. 57 is really the magic number. It can be your year.
Yeah.
Other than that, these 50 win teams, that 50 wins rarely wins a damn title. It's rare. It's not
Yeah.
enough. It's not enough because there are teams better than you. They're either teams better than you or they're going to be teams that are just as good. So this is why you don't see it. This is why, for the most part, you see 50, 57, 58, 60 win, 65 win teams, or I'm sorry, 63 win teams. Like, yeah, pretty much you see between 55 and 60 win teams win championships.
State Warrior, a few years ago, they won. I think they were 72.
Now
What
they
was
won
it?
73.
Yeah, and they ain't won the title at all.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but they came back and won the next
They
two.
came back one next year, right?
You know what I'm saying? They won the next two, and then that's after that. That's when regular season didn't really matter anymore. But
Right.
I don't care. It still matters. It's still. I mean, OKC should have just proven that. OKC, the Celtics, the actual world champions over the last few years should have really just proven that, with the exception of the Milwaukee Bucks. But I think that was still like a 57, 58 win team. Hold up, let me look up Milwaukee. But I think they were every other champion. Those are 60 win teams. Now, in LeBron's case, this is what diminishes his legacy to a degree. Um, like two of your titles weren't even in 82 game seasons. So there you go.
It's just crazy to me. These talks that happen, and I'm just saying, like, yo, we have these talks over here, y'all. I'm talking about the people in the space. Y'all don't want to come over here.
Oh, damn. Never mind. The Milwaukee Bucks. Now, granted, this is a 72 game season because so I got to put an asterisk by it. So I can't even really hold them to that 57 standard. It was only 2021 when they won was only a 72 game season. Okay. But they won 46 games. You know? But we can go by win percentage and you're talking about 63%, you know, 63%. Now, we look at the Chicago Bulls from the 90s.
I know you'll listen to the clowns. Come and join the conversation. I ain't talking to all y'all in the chat. I'm talking to the ones in the clouds. Come and listen. Come on, join.
Yeah. Yeah, the Chicago Bulls in the 90s, every time they win in 91. Okay. In 1990, they win 55 games. They lose in the conference finals, Eastern Finals to the Pistons. Only 55 games. Then, next 3 years in a row, championship season, 61 games, 67 games, 57 games. Okay? All three in championships. Next 2 years, 55 wins, no Jordan, no title, but still 55 wins. The year after that, 47 games, 47 wins, 17 games with Jordan, no title. Okay? Next year, 96, 97, 98, three titles, 72 wins, 69 wins, 62 wins, all titles.
All titles, yup.
All titles. Okay? So I'm looking at this. Jordan never in his career does he have a 60-win season that didn't result in a world championship. Not once. He did. To be honest, he doesn't even have a 57-win season without a world title, and has won 55. Jordan, that is. Jordan has one 55-win season without a title, but the magic number is 57. Now we go to Kobe Bryant, right? Check the Lakers. And this is really just a testament to Phil Jackson, but because he's coaching both of these teams that I'm looking up right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Kobe's magic number is 56 for the most part. Okay. 2000, 2001. Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. 1999 to 2000. All right. 67 wins. 67 wins. World title.
Mm-hmm.
2001, 56 wins. World title. 2002, 58 wins. World title. 2003, 50 wins. Lost in the conference finals to the Spurs. You with me? 50 wins ain't enough
Not enough.
to
Nope.
win a title, right? It's just not enough. All right. Then we got 2004. We got 56 wins. Same exact record as 2001, in which they won the title. We got 56 wins. Lost in the finals to the Pistons. But they at least made it to the finals. So that's what I'm saying. 56 wins. Phil Jackson coach teams are in the finals. Okay. Then Kobe Bryant again. We have 2000. We have 2007, 2008. All right. 57 wins. All right. That's Jordan's number, right? 57 and 25. Went to the finals, lost in six. Right? Like I say, oh, oh, oh 04, oh 05, 34 wins. 05, 06, 45 wins. 06, 07, 42 wins. Hey, whatever. You ain't making it to the finals. None of that. It's not enough, bro. You know what I'm saying? You in the 40s. It's just
Right.
not enough, right? And then 2008, you got Pau Gasol, 57 wins. Hey, you're in the finals. Didn't quite win the title, but you're in the finals. And you're also going against the 60-win team in the Celtics, right? But 2009, 2010, we have in 2009, oh, I'm sorry, 2000, yeah, 2008, 2009, the next year, we go from 57 wins to 65 wins. And what do you know? 65, world title. World title. Hey, and then 2009, 2010, we got that magic number again. 57 and
7.
25,
Yeah.
world title.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's clear as day. Like there's a system to them winning these championships. Everything I just read to you, I just read you five. I'm sorry, like seven. Not seven. I'm sorry. There are 7 trips to the finals with the Lakers. There are 6 trips to the finals with the Bulls. Okay, I just read you 13 records with trips to the finals by Phil Jackson coach teams. And 57 is the magic number.
Mhm.
Now, this is why LeBron don't rate. This is fucked up, bro. Trust me, I looked this up yesterday. I was like, damn. And I already knew this because I just had it in my brain, but when I see the numbers in front of me, I should have made a graphic for you for this. My bad, bro. But now we got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay? Now, we do have a 57 win team in the Cleveland Cavaliers when LeBron made it in '07. I'm sorry, a 50-win team. All right, and they lost in the finals. You know, but it's only a 50-win team. I get it.
Right.
You know, I get it. That's not the magic number, right? But we also have, remember those 2 years with the Lakers where the Lakers have 65 wins and they have 57 wins, 2009 and 2010. LeBron's Cavaliers have 66 wins and 61 wins. You
Uh-huh.
with me? All right. Hey, lost in the conference finals both times. No finals. 66 wins, 61 wins. 66 wins in 2009. Lost in the conference finals to the Celtics.
Yeah.
2010, 61 wins, lost in the conference finals to the Orlando Magic. This is not on Kobe or Jordan's resume. 60 win seasons, losing in the conference finals, it's not on there. The worst Kobe has, he has one or two instances where he's got 57 and he lost in the finals. I'm sorry, I think he's got one instance where he had 57 and another instance where he had like 56, something like that. But they lost in the finals. This guy can't even get out of the East.
You talking about who?
LeBron
LeBron, right?
with two 60 plus win teams. So don't tell me that, yeah, championships are a team accomplishment. So are 60 something win seasons. But closing out games in the playoffs, we need our superstar to do that. Closing out conference games and conference finals and conference semifinals games.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, I stand corrected. LeBron did not lose in the conference finals in 2010. LeBron lost in the conference semifinals. I forgot that part. He lost in the second round with 61 wins. That is not on Jordan's resume. That ain't on Kobe's resume. That ain't on Steph's resume. I don't even think that's on Kevin Durant's resume. Who the hell won 60 games and lost in the second round? I know that's on Dirk's resume. Dirk got one of those. Dirk got like a 66 win season, and he didn't even make it out of the second round. He does. But, bro, come on, bro. You got a 61. Come on, bro. And you're the MVP. Like, just keep in mind, 2066 wins, 61 wins. Those are two MVP seasons. Hey, but wait, well, hold on. I got a little more for you. I got a little more for you right here. All right. We're going to look up the Heat in a minute because it's different when Pat Riley's at the helm. But we're going to go back because LeBron had a little go round back you know, in 2015. Now he has a 53 win team. When he came back to Cleveland, I'm coming home,
Uh-huh.
I'm coming home, all that shit. Yeah, 53 win team. He lost in the finals in 6 games. So I guess by the metric, that would be a pretty impressive showing, but it's still a loss. Whatever. You know. Now 2015, 2016, his second year back in Cleveland. The Cavaliers win a title. And guess what the magic number is? Grinda. In
Yeah.
2016, down 3-1, made me the greatest player of all time. The magic number is 57, dog. The record is 57 and 25. Ain't that something? 57 and 25. So, I mean, miss me with that. You think LeBron saying that series right there made me the greatest player ever, right? Winning a title with a 57 win team.
Yeah.
I just read to you, what was it? 11 titles that were won by 57 win teams. It's been done, bro. How the hell does that make it's been done 11 more times, dog. Like in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
In the last 25 years, it's been done 11 times. It's actually been done more than that, but as far as Jordan and Kobe did it a combined 11 times, you've done it once. Like you telling me you doing it one time made you the greatest of all time? Miss me with that. You know?
Wow.
I like this comment. You got one in the chat. He says, "How were those teams constructed?" That's a great question. They were constructed well enough to win 57 games. So if they're constructed well enough to win 57 games in a season, according to this statistic, that's a barometer for being capable of winning a championship. Right or wrong, Grinda?
Yeah. Yeah.
According to this barometer that I just read to you, 19, you know what I'm saying, all three of Jordan's rings. I mean, I could look at the Spurs numbers, but you already know those are 55 win teams, 55, 60 something win teams every year, even when they ain't winning titles. You know? But when they win in titles, the Spurs are 55, 60 win teams. You know? Now let's go look at the Heatles. Now, LeBron James actually has two asterisks by two of his titles because they're not 82 game seasons. Okay. But we have the Miami Heat. All right. Now, they actually won a title in 2006 with 52 wins. All right. Which is one of the reasons why I lost so much damn money that year. But 2000, this is one of the reasons why they called this a meltdown in 2011 when the Miami Heat, headed by LeBron James, lost in the NBA Finals to the Dallas Mavericks in 6 games.
Mhm.
Um, 58 wins, 58 win team. Okay, it's 58 win team. Never one time in Michael Jordan's career did he win 58 games and not bring home the gold ball. Same rules apply with Kobe Bryant. Never did they win 58 games and not bring home the gold ball. Like, that's what I'm saying. So that greatest player of all time shit, I'm comparing mountains to other mountains, not to guys climbing mountains. You know? Now, 2011, 2012, LeBron wins the title. This is an asterisk because there are only 66 games played that season. So the record is 46-20. You know, I'm like, I mean, it's still a 69. It's pretty much the same win percentage as the year before, as if they had won like 59 games or 50, yeah, like 57, 58 games. So that 46 win season would be the equivalent of a, like a 57 win season. But hey, he won the title. You feel me? Now,
Yeah.
we got something else. Um 2012, 2013. Now, remember, we can talk about the semantics and stuff. This team
Yeah.
came closer to losing an NBA title and not losing a motherfucker than any team in history to this day. Okay. The only time ever the court was already roped off and they brought Larry O'Brien out for the other team and didn't actually hand the shit to the motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? That in game 6, that happened. But the Heat, this would have been an all-time collapse. But they ended up coming through, winning game. Ray Allen saved the day, and then they won game 7. But that is a 66 win season.
Uh-huh.
Remember, they had a 27 game win streak.
Yeah, first mission, right.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that's 60. So, boom. Like, so he's on par in Miami. You feel me? He's on par in Miami. And then in 2014, his last year in Miami, they lost in the finals, of course. And that is a 54 win season.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much on par in Miami with the exception of the meltdown in 2011.
Yeah.
So you're on par. Um,
So,
but for real, when these guys when these guys are are like comparing, I just really don't get it. Like, this is about closing. Like, yes, it's a team accomplishment, but at some point you're
yeah.
gonna have to close the deal. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's just the pool player in me, man. We used to play 9 ball, bro. You can make 1 through 8. You miss 9, you blew the game. That's what it is, bro. Like, you can either close or you can't. So what are we doing here? Well, somebody said there were times Kobe and the Lakers won 50 or more games and didn't win the chip. Um, Very few. I'll look that up real quick. Very few. 50 wins is really not the barometer for winning the title. It's 57, like 55, 57 is like, you know what I'm saying, is pretty much the barometer, you know. But yeah, as far as 50 wins, yeah. The Lakers in 97, 97, 98, which I believe was Kobe's second year. That was his second year. They have a 61 win season and no title. So if you want to hold that against him, you can, because it's his second year. He's coming off the bench that year. He is coming off the bench. Um, so if you want to hold that against him, you can. I didn't even read that number earlier,
Right. Right. Yeah.
but that's what it is. Um, 03, 04, they did lose in the finals to the Pistons. That's a 56 win season. You know, and that they had Gary Payton and Karl Malone, if y'all remember. They picked them up for that year. Um, and they were the favorites. They considered that an upset. The 50 win season where they didn't win a championship, and this is Kobe and Shaq's Lakers. That's 2003. Exactly 50 wins, 32 losses, and lost in the conference semis to the Spurs. So that's what I'm saying. 50 wins. Fuck around in a situation like this where you got 50 wins and
Uh-huh.
you're number 2 in the you know what I'm saying, you're number 2 in the conference. Uh I think they're number 2 with 50 wins, either number 2 or number 3 or something. You just got a tougher bracket to get through.
Yeah.
Than you do than as a number 1 seed. That's back when the regular, like, seeding actually meant something back then. They didn't have all that load management. So at the end of an 82 game season, you are what your record says you are back then.
Yeah.
For the most part. You know, Now it's a little different with load management. These guys really don't care about home court advantage. This is how you see the Pacers that actually were the best team in the East. At least they were for half the season, just over half the season, but their record doesn't show it. Well, their record didn't show it, but you saw it in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They were I mean, and I'm a Knicks fan, but the Pacers were the best team in the East, man.
Yep, it's true.
You know, and I'm not saying like they didn't just get hot in the playoffs. You don't stay hot from damn January through June. You got to be pretty damn good for real. If the team is hot from January through June, it's because they're good. They're not just hot. You know, so I'll give them that. Other than that, let me see here. Yeah, there ain't no more uh 50 win games. Yeah, 50 win games and stuff. The bubble. All right, the bubble. Now that's a LeBron's actually got 52 wins that season, but it's only a 71 game season. That's a pretty solid damn year. You know what I'm saying? It's a shortened season, but it's pretty damn solid. Now, LeBron and Luca actually did just win 50 games this past year, and they didn't get out of the first round.
Talk on the club,
Yo, this is
welcome.
a joke. Like, how can you really? Like, you can't out of the first. Your team is good enough to win 50 games, and you can't even get out the first round. I ain't saying win a title, though. You got to at least get out the first round, bro. Like, come on, bro. Yes, talking and Grub, he's absolutely right. They did yeah, they won 57 games and lost in the finals. But 57 games will at least get you to the finals. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the barometer. But this is why Kobe ain't above Michael.
Right.
Cuz when Michael had 57, he won in the finals every time. Like keep in mind, the Lakers win that title, that '08 title, Kobe also has a repeat three-peat. Like if he could win that '08 title and then do what he did anyway, which is win '09 and 2010, yeah, repeat three-peat. You know? Boom. That's your second three-peat. Now you are on par with Michael. That's why Michael's still above everybody. Nobody's done what he's done. You know? Somebody mentioned that Golden State 173 and lost. Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
That's why none of these guys are not on that level, dude. You can't close. Like that's what I'm saying. When we got the greats, notice that. When I'm mentioning the
Yeah.
greats, the top 10 and all of that stuff, like those dudes that you talking about blew it, they ain't in there. They're damn sure not in the top 3 or 4. You know? I gave LeBron his longevity stats. I give him his props for being able to be the best player on each of his teams for the most part. You know, being the best player on all of his championship teams, winning the Finals MVP. You know, 4 titles, 4 MVPs is still impressive. And at the same time, when he's winning titles, at least 3 of those 4 titles that he won, he was arguably the best. I mean, he was the best player in the world through the whole thing. So I give him that. From 2009 to like 2019, bro, you the best player in the world, hands down, like no questions asked. So I give you that, bro. I can't take that from you. All time leading scorer, you know, I give it to him. But when you're talking about greatest of all time, closing's got being able to close has got to be part of it, man. Like, come on. Like, and I get it. And if us as fans, if we don't want to use the titles and the ability to close as a barometer, like we got to at least use the barometer that these guys are comparing each other to. Like it can't let LeBron James move the goalpost with that shit. Like we see the interviews from Jordan, he said, "Look, it was about rings. What separated me from Magic and Larry was they had rings and I didn't. Bird had 3, Magic had 5. I needed to have at least 6 because I wanted to be better than them. That is what it was. I wanted to have more than them. Same with Kobe. He said, "Hey man, I got one more than Shaq." They said, "What's that? What's number 5 mean to you?" He said, "It means it's one more than Shaq."
Yeah.
Like that. That's it. They're trying to have more rings than the other guy. So I'm like, LeBron, if you're not trying to have more rings than the other guys to consider yourself up above, then what? Like you're playing a different game than these other guys you're expecting me to compare you to. That's all I'm saying. Like if you wanna, I mean, just tell me you want me to compare LeBron to Wilt. We can start comparing all of that record book stuff, But if I'm gonna compare you to the greats, that the only thing they cared about was three-peating and back-to-backs and and stuff like that. Like, what are your metrics? You can't change their rules after they've already retired. I would agree with this comment too. Matchups do matter. Matchups matter a great deal. This is one of the reasons why LeBron James believes that he is the greatest of all time because he beat a 70 plus win team like the Warriors. And that's why matchups matter because LeBron James, he had to slay the dragon. But Michael Jordan never had to slay the dragon because he was the dragon. You don't have to beat a 70 something win team when you're on the 70 something win team and you're the damn MVP. So I refuse to hold it against a man because he was the MVP of a 72 win team and he closed the deal. Like I'm not going to hold it against him because he never had to come back from 3-1. He was never down 3-1 in the finals.
He won that anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's supposed to be like that's a bad thing that you were never down 3-1 in the finals. People are like, "Oh, he was never challenged." That's a bad thing? Cuz I'll go that step further. Out of those, what did Jordan play? Jordan played against 5 different teams, right? In his finals runs. All right. I will be 100 and tell you that 4 of those teams at least would have beat fucking LeBron James, bro. I might give LeBron his due over the Blazers. Other than that, them Utah teams, Stockton and Malone would have bust LeBron's ass. Okay? Sean Kemp and Gary Payton would have busted his ass. The Lakers with Magic and Vladi would have busted his ass.
That would be no match.
Okay? The Phoenix Suns with Charles Barkley would have busted his ass. I like that. He never played a better team either. Yeah, because actually there were some teams that were better statistically. Statistically, the Utah Jazz were better in 1998 when he beat them. Okay? Statistically, the Phoenix Suns were better and had the MVP of the league on their team when he beat them.
Right.
Okay? Yeah, those teams had home court advantage, 60 plus win teams, yes. Uh-huh. And MVPs. Like MVPs in uniform. And he beat them. Even if he had to go on the road to do it. You know? So you can't You like, nah. And that's another thing, dog. Y'all want to, nah. Number one, we ain't gonna let you shit on Mike, but we ain't gonna let you shit on like the Suns and the
Right.
and the Jazz and all of that, bro.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for Michael, most of them would have won titles. For real,
Mike stop
they would have won
Mike
titles,
stop a
dog.
lot of teams to win. He stopped a lot of the teams to win titles.
I'm gonna tell you, no Michael, dog. The Jazz would have won at least one of them shits, bro. At least one. Without Michael, Magic got 6. You know? So nah, man. You know, you're not gonna disrespect. You want to disrespect the Sonics, maybe? Eh,
Yeah.
which I don't think that's really fair, but it was like a one good season team. You know, they kind of I mean they kind of were good for a stretch of maybe 3 or 4 years, but as far as a time when they actually had a legitimate chance to win a title, um, probably just that one year. You know, '96. Um,
Yeah.
and Dennis Rodman was just too much for him. Like Dennis Rodman was.
Brian Colby said Jazz Lakers Suns were better than Miami squad.
I would disagree. Definitely deeper. Definitely deeper, and yeah, definitely played better too. I think the Spurs proved that when they beat the shit out of the Miami Heat and exposed every
Yeah, I
weakness in the
remember that
team.
because
You know,
when I was
that
watching
team
the
wasn't
game,
very good.
I'm saying East Quarter, they were East Quarter. If you remember, they beat them like
I
40
mean,
to
I'm not gonna say they
14,
weren't very
20.
good. They were really good. So let me take that back. The Miami Heat were really good, but I'm not gonna say like the Jazz and the late like Stockton and Malone with Hornacek and damn Greg Ostertag or whatever and all of them and Howard Isley and Shandon Anderson and you know what I'm saying they were yeah and Antoine Carr and shit, bro. That was a squad, bro. And those are 60 plus win teams both of those years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And the mailman got got
Yeah, you come up, Brian. I'm
yeah
sending you the link.
the mailman's got an MVP out of that too. So nah, man,
You come up.
we're not gonna disrespect Stockton and Malone. Um,
There was a link, Brian. Come on up.
yeah, with Jerry Sloan coaching, like come on, bro, like come on, bro. And I like Eric Spoelstra too, but that's Jerry Sloan, dog. Like for real, no, you can't disrespect them. That Suns team, shit. That Suns team was no joke, bro. Because they didn't even just like when they were the best team in the league all year, and they ran through the West in the playoffs. Ran through them,
Yeah.
ran through them, you know, and had an MVP
All right.
Charles Barkley, and you know what I'm saying, high scoring, high octane. I ain't gonna disrespect the
Good
Suns.
evening, y'all.
What's up,
Good
Good
brother?
evening
evening,
to
y'all.
you.
Now, it's not a disrespect to any of those teams. Respectfully, I was alive then.
Hmm.
I watched Jordan's whole career and I watched LeBron's whole career. One, the game changed. That's first and foremost. Secondly, that Lakers team, dinosaurs, had nothing for the Miami squad that you're talking about. Straight up. Two, the way the teams are constructed has nothing to do with stats, has a lot to do with strength of schedule and things of that matter. Like, LeBron's Cleveland team, just like AI's 76ers team, should not have been in the championship. So you can't fault them for losing to better fucking teams, bro. Pardon my language. Like that the team, that Lakers team that they went up against, like, come on, like, stop it.
What
Then
Laker
we're
team are you
talking about,
talking about? You have to tell me the years or something so I get some
I
context.
mean, well, you talked about the years, so I don't have to do
Nah,
that. You
which
already
Lakers
covered
team
that thing.
are you talking about? Magic Lakers? No, you don't have to tell me the years, but you talking about
No, I'm,
Magic
I'm
Lakers?
talking
You
about
talking
the
about
the
Kobe's Lakers?
LeBron, the ones that LeBron went
Oh,
against.
okay,
Like,
okay,
what are
okay.
you
Because
talking
I
about?
didn't know you was talking about that. Go ahead. Okay, LeBron's
Because
Lakers team.
they were
Go.
also coached by Phil Jackson, so the coaching was superior. Then their roster was superior. So it's like, you can't be serious.
So you're talking about Kobe and Shaq's Lakers, or just Kobe and Powell?
Yeah.
That one, okay.
The only people that beat them that wasn't supposed to beat them was the '04 Pistons, because I'm a Pistons fan.
Mhm.
And that had a lot to do with how the Pistons were constructed. It wasn't no singular star. It was a complete rotation of defensive responsibility and just playing within the realms of that. And that's why they beat that Lakers team.
Understandable. Now, you understand this much. Okay. What I said was the metric was when I'm looking at Kobe, Jordan, and of course, yeah, Phil Jackson coaching. The barometer is 57 wins. That gets you to the titles, to the finals, and or wins the title. Wins the
The
title.
barometer, the barometer is how the team is constructed,
Hey,
not the win.
I'm
One,
talking about, bro. I just read off 11 championship teams. Okay, all of them
Okay,
are 57. Well, I'm sorry, I read off 12 years altogether. All those teams coached by Phil Jackson. All of them.
right.
Okay,
So they
or
were,
13 if you add in '04. I'm sorry,
so
like 13. All of them.
so you are
57
actually
plus win teams.
proving what I'm saying.
No, what I'm
You're
saying is,
actually proving what I'm saying
actually,
because
I'm
Phil
not
Jackson
finished
constructed
proving
one at a
those
anything.
time.
I
One
teams.
at
gotta
a
be
time,
able to
yo.
finish, dog. All
All
right.
right,
So what I'm saying is, every single time Phil Jackson coached teams, won 57 games, they went to the finals and or won the championship. LeBron James has multiple seasons in which he won 60 plus games and didn't even get out of the East. One of those seasons didn't even get out of the second round.
I like your style,
None of
but
those guys have those blemishes.
none of those guys have those teams either.
Yeah,
You're talking.
you're right,
Hold
66
on,
win
hold on.
teams.
You're
You have a
talking about,
66 win team.
and was it constructed by a Phil
It's
Jackson mind?
constructed well enough to win 66 games.
Because of the strength of their schedule. Stop raising your voice for both, bro.
Strength of
Now,
their
for real,
schedule.
check this out.
Every
Oh,
Yeah,
it's an
check it
82
out.
game season for
Yo,
everybody. What are
listen,
you
my
talking about?
man. Yo, you're doing a lot of talking, not enough listening. Two ears, one
Oh,
mouth. Listen more. Now check it out. Phil
oh.
Jackson was the mastermind by how those teams was constructed because he had a coaching style. First of all, triangle offense. Secondly, the how many Hall of Fame players on these teams. Like you're acting like Ron Harper was trash. Ron Harper was that guy when
who
he
said
got
that?
to the Bulls.
I
Dennis
didn't call
Rodman
him
was
trash.
that guy
All of
when he
those
got to
guys
the
were
Bulls.
great, bro.
Scottie Pippen,
They're on
right? Cool
70
coach. That
win
is how
teams,
he
bro. They're great.
constructed the team. The
You're putting
team, not
words in
the
my
play,
mouth. Don't do
not
that to
one
me, bro.
person, not
I'll
just
have a
like you saying it
conversation
like,
with you, and I won't put a word in your mouth. Please don't do that to me, bro. I didn't say nothing
oh
like that. I
man,
never said
I
Ron
hear you,
Harper
bro.
was trash.
But
I never said
okay.
that, bro.
So
I
that's
never
great.
said anybody
But
was
you're
trash.
also not
Yep.
talking about how the teams were constructed because those LeBron teams that you're talking about weren't constructed around LeBron. LeBron was the team. That's like when Mike first got to the Bulls. Mike was the team until Scotty got there. And then Phil Jackson constructed the team around that. And that is why they were successful. So, what you want to compare, the way you're doing it, is comparing it like Mike couldn't do what LeBron did because LeBron in those years took teams that shouldn't have been there. Mike couldn't do that until the team was constructed the way it was supposed to. So, please don't argue semantics.
Okay.
Secondly, that Sonics team that you're talking about,
Just the
right? Didn't
secondly
they didn't
part.
they didn't they lose to the Nuggets in '94? That same team. So it's not like they were unbeatable, bro. You good,
I said that. I said they had 1 year
right?
where they had a legitimate
That
chance. I
Suns
just said
team
that
with an
before you
aging
came on.
Dan Marley,
I just said that.
with a young Oliver Miller, a young Cedric Ceballos, a aged Charles Barkley, Kevin Johnson, old, banked up knees, Danny Ainge, old. They were going
60
to beat
plus
Phil
win team.
Jackson's team. They were
60 plus
supposed to
win
beat
team.
Phil Jackson's team. Right,
Yes, they
right,
were
right.
favored. They were favored.
Stop it. Stop it. I was there. You know there wasn't. Dan Marley couldn't hold no torch to Michael Jordan.
I would agree with you with the eye test and all that other shit, but they had a better record then.
Not
They
the
had a
eye
better
test,
record in
the team.
the home court advantage. They were a 60 plus win team, bro.
That's
Like,
fine. That doesn't mean that they were gonna win.
no, they weren't
I was
gonna win.
watching
That's
it.
why
We
they
knew they
didn't
wasn't
win.
gonna win.
They weren't gonna win. That's why they
The
didn't win.
only team that I thought had a chance to beat them was that Lakers team. And I knew to myself, Magic, oh, all of these cats, they not gonna win. There's nobody that athletically matched up to Michael Jordan in that time frame. There was no two guard that could give him the work like that, except for maybe a Drazen Petrovic or Mitch Richmond. Like realistically,
Nah, hey,
and that's just because of how
I'm not
teams
even
were
gonna
constructed.
disagree with you, but at the same time, also the adjustments were made because the Lakers were giving them a run for their money until the certain adjustments got made. So you want to make it a testament to coaching, all of those things. I don't know if you were here in the beginning when I did give my list of my top 10. My top 10. LeBron James is sitting at a solid number 5 in front of Kobe Bryant. And the main reason why he is, even with less titles, is because of the load that he had and everything that he did. I'm not going to take that from him. 4 titles, his career is extremely impressive, but I'm not going to make it seem as though underachieving, like underachieving is a notch in your is a feather in your cap. A
How can
61
you?
win team and a 66 win team in which you are the MVP and you can't even get out of the damn conference, that is a blemish that is not on the resume of Kobe or Jordan or Tim Duncan,
You mean
except for
guys
when he
who
had
had
to go
teams?
against the Warriors.
You mean guys that had whole teams constructed?
Oh my God, bro. If the team is constructed well enough to win 66 games, how can we say the team is not good?
So which of those
How
players
do
was
you win
responsible for
66
constructing a team?
How do you win 66 out of 82 games and you're not a good team?
Strength of schedule. Strength of schedule. Losing teams get top picks and easier schedules.
Okay,
That's how it
easier.
works.
What are you talking about when it comes to travel and stuff like that? Because look, you're
I'm
talking about the
talking
East.
about when it comes to the strength of your schedule. You
You're
played a
talking
sport
about
before.
yes, you're talking about the Eastern
All right.
Conference, right? I'm sorry, you're talking about conference by conference in which you play each team in your conference 4 times. That's when you played each team in your conference 4 times. You played each team in the other conference twice. That's what it is. Okay,
Strength of
everybody did
schedule.
that, just like that. That's what added
Right.
up to the 82 games. Okay,
Uh-huh.
so I mean,
And
your
if you're
schedule is just like
and if the
everybody else's.
second
What are you
best
talking
if the
about?
second
And the set
no,
the
it's not. If your second best player is Anderson Varejao, what are you talking about?
What I'm saying is, if the same
What are you
teams,
talking
the
about?
same teams that you played
Right.
66%,
And your
two thirds
second
of
best player is Anderson Varejao.
your games against, okay, and had an overwhelmingly winning record
You're killing me, bro.
against
Your
them,
logic is
you
not
couldn't
logical.
beat them in the playoffs.
Right. Because your team
That's what I'm
wasn't
saying.
constructed well enough to do that. Your team
Nah,
was constructed enough to get regular season wins and make some money for the franchise, but it was not constructed as a sustainable model to winning championships.
I
Please
agree.
stop. There is
I
a there
agree
is a there is a
because
there is
I
there's
agree
a lot
because
of
they
stuff
didn't
you
have
ain't
a
covered.
closer. They didn't have a damn closer.
They didn't have a
They
they didn't
expected
have a bench either.
they expected their superstar to close games, and he wasn't built for
They-
that shit.
and
That's
it
what it
didn't
was.
work for
They
Jordan either.
expected
It
their
didn't work for
superstar
Jordan
to
either.
close playoff series after he won 66 games and won
Remember
MVPs,
when we
and
was
he wasn't built for it.
Remember when we was talking about how ill Mike was because of what he was doing to the Celtics? He dropped 63 in Boston Garden. They lost that series.
Yeah, I
Why is
agree.
that so like listen, the first 7 or 8 years of his career is the same how LeBron's was
I'm back.
until the team got together and had another superstar. He had to leave Cleveland to play with another superstar. Does anyone remember that?
All right, before we go to Grinda, I'm not gonna let my argument get changed. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not holding 45 and 50 win seasons against LeBron James. I'm holding 57 plus win seasons and damn sure 60 win seasons in which you ain't even getting out of the damn East. I'm holding that against you. You're damn
Matchups,
right.
matchups, bro.
That's all I'm saying. I'm
Matchups.
holding those against him. If you that dragging a
Hey,
50 win team or a 49 or a 46 win team to the finals or whatever, hell yeah, that should be a feather in your
hey,
cap
look,
because the team really ain't that damn good. You're barely over
look at
500.
the
I get
It's
that,
matchups too, bro. It's
but at
matchups
the
too.
same
Look at
time,
all of the teams.
I'm like
Look at all
that's
of the
the
good
barometer.
teams that ran into, like you run into the Spurs in round one. You could have had a complete championship team, but sometimes a team got your number. That's what just happened to Boston.
Absolutely, they weren't that
That's
good.
just, I mean, they were, but they were constructed to do what they was doing. Now there's a team that's set
they're,
up
they're not
for
a
you.
they're not a dynastic team. Neither
It's not.
neither
It's
their
not.
players,
Bro, it's,
neither their
it's more
players
matchup.
nor their team will be compared to all-time great teams. They
It's
won't
more
be.
matchups
They're
than
a one
anything
and
else.
done title team. You're trying to tell me this guy is an all-time great, so I'm comparing him to all-time greats, and I'm comparing
Who?
his teams to all-time
He's
great
the
teams,
all-time
and I'm
leading scorer.
yeah. And what the
So
fuck is
you're
that?
you're not being fair.
What the hell
You're
is that?
not being fair.
He
Uh,
Huh?
just passed the guy after 20 years that played more than
And your
half of his
guy's not
career
even
with no
close.
3-point line
Your
and
guy's
never
not
took
even
any
close.
3-point
one
Your
line.
at
guy's
a
not
What's the
even.
time,
big
Yo,
deal?
please. One at a time, please.
okay. You're
Like I'm
saying
just
it.
saying,
You're saying it. You're
you
saying it
want to
like it's a
compare his
small feat.
scoring. The guy he just passed played his whole career without taking a single damn 3-point shot. The line
So
didn't even exist, and and the
what does
motherfucker
that
just
mean?
barely passed him.
But they played the same amount of years to do the same feat. So you're saying
Understandable.
that to say what? And that guy also is not anywhere near top anything in assists.
Of
So
course he's
like
not. Of
right.
course he's not.
So
It's
of
a
course he
different
wouldn't be
position.
shooting
They play
threes.
differently.
He's a 7 foot guy. He wouldn't
Yeah,
be shooting
but
threes back
LeBron
then.
James is still not over Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like
How?
like if you guys think
Huh?
What?
LeBron James is better than
What?
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, god
Whoa,
damn
time
it, man,
out.
y'all
Man,
selling that? They selling that in Brownsville? They still selling
you
that shit in
conflate
Brownsville?
you conflate
Damn, bro.
arguments, my friend. You conflate
Like for
arguments
real, bro.
and
Motherfuckers is dying
you talk
smoking
like
that
you right.
shit. You know what I'm saying? For
Hold, let me get into this.
real.
I
Somebody
need some of
said
that.
Hold up, Grinda, man.
Pass
Your
some of
mic
that.
is low. Your mic is low, Grinda.
hold on, let me turn it up. So, Pete, so somebody is saying that there are some people said that Shaq is better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Now he said LeBron is better than Kareem.
I didn't say
Oh,
LeBron was better than anybody. What I said is he
Okay.
scored more points.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. He did, and
Right.
you're right. He did score
I
more
know.
points. You know, he did score
Right.
more points, but he is not better than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could argue that that's a matter of preference, but facts is facts.
no, no,
And
no,
like
no,
when
no.
we
He's not better than Kareem. Do you all right? Put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar resume with LeBron. Come on now, come
Yeah,
on
it's
now. You
why?
Google it.
he smokes him.
Why?
He does.
I'm too grown to try to compare things that don't compare. What is when we say the greatest, when we say the greatest is a mathematical expression, like greater than, lesser than, right? Because LeBron's numbers are greater than Kareem's numbers. So I don't know what we're
More
talking about
titles, more
once we start using words like greatest.
What?
more titles, more MVPs. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
Rebounding
You're
champion,
barely
more
winning the
defensive player
longevity
of the
thing. I'll
year.
give you the assist, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Kareem didn't play point guard or point forward, so I'll give you the assist. I mean that it is what it is, and steals and stuff like that. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Kareem didn't play on the perimeter, but I mean, you talk about one of the greatest winners in sports, and he's just above. No, like
and you're saying it like
I'm not.
LeBron's not.
I don't want to diminish LeBron. Like, and this is why me and Grind are having a conversation. I don't want to have to diminish one
It's
guy
not
to prop
diminished.
up
No,
another
it's
guy.
not
Like, I'm
diminished.
not
But
gonna
this,
do that, dog. Like,
no,
LeBron
it's
James
not
is still a
diminishing.
great
But
player,
let's tell the
but
truth.
you're not
Kareem,
Kareem.
And
Kareem
okay, hold on. Hold up.
No, no,
Kareem
no, no, no.
Abdul-Jabbar also played with stars his entire career. LeBron did not.
Yeah, he didn't play with any stars. Come on, bro.
What? Oscar Robinson? Oscar
I'm
Robinson?
talking
Magic
about
Johnson? Like,
LeBron didn't play with any stars.
right.
Hell no.
Until he got with D
Eh,
Wade. Until he got with D Wade. Right. Exactly. Exactly. Thank you.
So where we at right now?
No,
We
this
saying
is crazy.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is not a great, but
That's not.
Kareem is the most decorated. He's the
he
most
didn't say that. He didn't
he's
say
the,
that, Grinda. He didn't say that. That would I can't let you put that on him. You
okay.
saying
No,
some
I'm
crazy
just
shit,
Thank
saying.
man,
No,
but
no.
he ain't say that.
I
thank
take
you.
it back. But I take it back. But this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So now it's like whenever we talking about certain stars right now, it's like when it comes to other plays in the past, they ain't. They this and that. It's like a casual conversation. Wow. I mean, like, this is
No,
what we have right
I'm not at all. Not at all. I put respect on all of their careers. It's just that when somebody when you make things so one way, it's like, hey man, context matters. Like if you like Allen Iverson is praised because everybody knows he was the go-to. There was nobody else but AI, and like they praise him for it, and they like downplay LeBron for the very same thing. And it's not realistic. It's not
Yes,
realistic when you, if
yes
you
and no. No, yes and no. And I'm gonna tell you because you're talking to me. I can't speak for everybody else, and I know I don't have the same opinions as everybody else. Yeah, I give AI. You know what I'm saying, all the heart and all of that. Shit, I praise AI, but at the same time, I don't compare AI to not even LeBron. I don't compare AI to the champions, dog. Like you're like AI's not near my top 10. Like you're not near it. You know, and that's no disrespect to AI, but come on, bro. Like I do believe AI underachieved over the course of his
what?
career,
How?
but huh?
He couldn't have. He couldn't
Yeah, he
have.
did.
I think.
Yeah, he did.
I think.
He's
No.
even admitted that he wasn't as coachable as he should have been at times.
Well, I mean,
And he was like, look, he even said the stuff that he went through with Coach Larry Brown. He said 99% of it was his fault. End quote. So I mean, it was what it was. You know, he underachieved. He liked to stay out in the club and stuff like that, and he took his talent for granted, um, to an extent. And he still got a lot out of it. Like he was just that great. But yeah, you did underachieve a little bit. Had you been a little more dedicated
I
to
don't
the
see
game
that as
instead of the lifestyle.
underachieving. I see him as being a kid from the ghetto in his 20s in a fortuitous situation, dealing with people that were 40 years older than him that weren't explaining the context of what they wanted from him, and like you, come on, bro,
No, that's
come
under.
on.
But hey, you had the coach, you had the system. Now you gotta be able to put in the effort. Like you can't coach effort. You can't coach effort. You can't coach focus. You can't
His
coach those
effort was
things.
never in
So,
question.
uh,
His effort was never in question.
nah, hold on. His
AI's
effort.
effort was never in
Let
question.
God
Never.
damn, bro. Let me finish, bro. Please. His effort on the court was never in question, but his effort in other aspects of the game was in
was
question. They
question.
said they said this dude used to like his teammates would even say he admitted he was like, yo, he spent the whole summer not even picking. He wouldn't even pick up a basketball. He wouldn't even pick up a
So what?
basketball all summer. Yeah, bro. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? If you don't think that's an issue, that's why a talent like that doesn't get any jewelry.
You sure? You sure it has nothing to
Yeah.
do with them not putting the right people around them too?
I mean, we'll never know
Because
because he didn't put it all in. No, I'm
people
just saying
historically
we
win
didn't
by themselves.
we didn't we will never know because he didn't
Every
actually put
championship
it all
team
in.
you've ever seen, every championship team you've ever seen, with the exception of maybe two, has more than one star, bro. What are you talking about?
I'm not even gonna compare it just to Philly. Like you ended up with Melo at one point, and then the wheels fell off, like they tend
That
to
way,
do. You
hey,
know what I'm saying? Father
that
Time
was
is
coaching.
undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
That was
So
more coaching than anything.
Okay.
it's a lot of that
I
stuff.
want to ask the question from the chat. You know, already asked, and who's better coach between Rick Adelman and Mike D'Antoni?
Rick Adelman, and it's not even close. So,
There goes your answer, Neff.
not even close. No.
Uh,
I
I,
judge coaches on their ability to make adjustments. Rick Adelman is just head and shoulders over Mike
what,
D'Antoni on that.
just out of curiosity, right? Because I agree with whom you said, but doesn't the team that you have matter too?
Absolutely, you still got to make adjustments though, and you got to get the most out of your team. So
I mean, it would depend on the team that you have.
I understand, yeah. And granted, you know what I'm saying, these guys
Like
are
Mike,
better
like
back.
Mike,
I'm not gonna say that Mike D'Antoni isn't a good coach, and I'm not gonna say that he doesn't know basketball. Obviously, he's gonna know more about this shit than I am, so I'm gonna trust that he's gonna make adjustments that even I wouldn't know how to make. But he doesn't make defensive adjustments and any of that. He plays. He's always had his guys just
he's
play
an
his
offensive guy.
style of play,
Yeah,
no matter what the other
right.
team is doing. We're like, we're just gonna do that, even if they're beating our ass. We're just gonna do
He's an
that.
offense
And
guy.
like
Right.
at some point, bro, you gotta do whatever the hell is necessary to
But
give your team a
that's
chance
how I
to have
mean.
more points than the other team when the
That's
points get
how I
scored.
mean how the team is constructed. Because like if you can have a bunch of great players on a coach D'Antoni team, but but like if you got like coach, he wouldn't have been able to get a championship out of that Pistons team that beat the Lakers because that's not what he coaches.
I would agree.
That was a
I would
defensive
agree.
team, and
Larry
that's not
Brown
what
was going to
he.
get the most out of that team. They even fired Rick
But
Right,
Carlisle to bring in Larry Brown because
right,
they want, you know what I'm saying, they felt like they had it. So, no, I would agree with that. Larry Brown was the guy that got the most out of them. I
right.
really don't think any other coach would have.
no,
Like
the
any
coach was
other
that.
coach would have. Not even
Right.
Phil Jackson would have got that out of them. Not even Phil
Right,
Jackson. And
Make
I
it
would
last.
agree with you as far as how the teams can. That ain't no triangle team. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's a, you know what I'm saying? That's just a defensive rebounding. Everybody's on the string. Just we
Right.
play harder than you. We're stronger than you. You know what I'm saying? We're tougher than you, team.
We're gonna
We're quick.
outmuscle you.
Exactly. We're
Yeah,
quicker to the loose balls. Like all they're winning the 50-50 plays.
yeah,
Um, so that's Larry Brown type stuff, which is how Larry Brown coached AI's guys around him. Had a lot of scrappy guys, and
Right.
I'm not gonna say that okay, like the '01 Sixers were gonna beat like Shaq and Kobe. But do I think the teams could have been competitive had he just been a little bit more coachable, a lot more coachable, and just worked on his
Hell
game
no.
and actually worked with his teammates a lot more to get the most out of his teammates as well? Because I'm not going to say they're the greatest bunch of teammates, but as a great player, it's still your job to get the most out of them. You know, because you want the most out of yourself, you got to try to get the most out of your teammates. So that's where I felt like Allen Iverson just underachieved when it came to that,
I
and
agree.
he even admitted that.
I I agree with your philosophy, but the reality of it is, like, yo, he ain't never have no real good players around him, and that's just the truth, Roof. And it doesn't matter how much effort I'm putting in. If you put an A++ in, and the rest of the team is C- or C+, like it doesn't equal chips. It doesn't matter how much that person puts in. Jordan showed you that in the first 7 years of his career. Doesn't matter what you're putting in. If you ain't got the pieces in the places around you, you ain't gonna win because it ain't a me thing, it's a we thing. Because it's a team game. And until it's a strong team, doesn't matter how individually nice you are, bro. It just don't.
I,
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 don't- I don't see it like way, but
I
I
mean,
got
look,
to go.
that's a great argument when you're talking about like Dominique Wilkins. Like, bro, you can't do any more than what you're doing
You can
over
do
there,
right.
and you peaked. Allen Iverson though, I just because of the position in which he played and the way he's built and stuff, it's kind of up to you to be the engine that makes things
Bro,
go.
the next best
You know?
player on that team was a young Larry Hughes and then an old Dikembe Mutombo. And then we got Eric Snow. We got what was McKee? Like, yo, that team,
And
Ty
I
Hill,
agree.
like that.
And that's
That
the
team was
team.
trash,
That's the
bro.
team that Allen Iverson wanted constructed around himself so he could pound the damn air out of the ball and take all the damn shots. That's what he wanted. That's what he demanded. You know? So he got that. They even remember they got rid of Theo Ratliff. They got they could have made a bunch of other moves, and this is what Iverson wanted. He didn't even want to play point guard. He wanted to play the two, just so he could score all them damn points. And he
Matt
wanted
Geiger.
Eric Snow to be his point guard, just so he could score all the points. So I mean, when you want to put it all on yourself like that, just like a Tracy McGrady, like that's how we started our conversation earlier. That's
Right.
why I said Tracy McGrady. I can't say that you would have won, you definitely wouldn't have won as many championships as Kobe, but I don't even know if you would have won one because I don't
on
know if
those
you
on
were
those
able to
teams.
take the mentality that Kobe was able to take, being as talented and as good as you are, and being able to take a back seat. And how why am I questioning that? I mean, we'll never know because it's hypothetical, but I'm questioning it because I saw you with damn Vince Carter, and you still didn't even want to be number two there.
Brother,
Okay,
who was the
I,
coach?
I mean, look, I get what you're saying.
Because that all of that matters. Like him, you take Kobe out and insert T Mac. You don't like. Come on, stop
It's
it.
never it's
It's-
never that simple though.
They still would have won.
It's
It is
never
that simple.
Nah, because the wheels fall off if your back break ball falls out, or you keep getting hurt or whatever because you're taking on an extra scoring load that you don't have to take because you have Shaq and you have things on there. Like if you don't have the mentality to be able to be number two and just do what you do when it's time, rather than just do what you do because you can, chances are the wheels might fall off just like they did over the course of his career. That's part of the game. I used
Yeah.
this analogy earlier. I'm like, it's like a Bugatti versus a Camaro. Yeah, Bugatti's better than Camaro, but if the damn tire falls off the bitch every 20 miles. Is it still better than the Camaro? I'll take the Camaro. At least I can get to where I'm going.
What? How far are we going?
Yeah, if I'm only going around the corner, I got you, dog. I'm riding in the Bugatti.
Right, like
But
like
I'm trying to get chips, bro. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get I'm trying to cross state lines. You know what I'm saying? So 20
I
miles
got
ain't
it.
enough.
I gotta go because I gotta take care of some. Make it last a month, brother Ante and brother Brian. I got to go because I got to eat and I gotta take care of some.
yo, underrated. Always a pleasure, brother. Thank you.
Thank
We
you.
gonna get up during the summer, and it was good to meet you, brother. I don't want you
That's
to
all
feel
good.
like I was being
I was
personal.
good.
I was just listening to it, and I was getting infuriated while I'm making my supper. It's
Oh,
like,
I'll
why
make
you?
my
Why you?
arguments, bro. I'll make my arguments. It's respectful.
No, I ain't mad at it, but it
These
was
are
my pleasure,
debates, bro. We
fellas.
can do that.
Thank you. Thank you.
All good.
Thanks. Stay
All
right
right,
there.
y'all.
Yeah, stay there, Brian. Brian, don't get on. Go close as a family. Stay right there, brother Ante. Make your last remarks, please.
Nah, man, it's all good, man. Thanks for having me up, JT, man. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, we gonna continue this conversation, and it's gonna be more conversations like this in the near future, and so watch out for that. Oh yeah, the series of New York, Brian. I want you to reach out to me. We're gonna talk about how we was raised in New York, how it was, and stuff like that. So I'm getting people from New York who live in New York and also originally from New York, like Brother Ant, including myself. So I want people listening out there. I don't want you to say, yo, man, I rep New York for 4 years and stuff. No, you was not born and raised in New York. Cut that shit out. Cause I'm gonna cook you. So I'm letting you know right now. So Brian, I want you to be part of the conversation and stuff like that. Please, I want you to be part of the conversation. So please don't come to me with that. I fuck with Nas and shit. You know what I'm saying? Masculine God. I don't want to hear that shit. All right, I'm gonna cook you. I'm really gonna cook you. You hear it first right over here. I will cook that ass. Don't play with me. Please don't play. So I'm gonna have people from New York besides A&T and Brian. I'm gonna probably get maybe like 3 or 4 more. We're gonna talk about how I was raised in New York, how the struggle is, how each of us in our own way became successful. Because I want people to understand. People look at it as a good of New York and stuff, but they don't know what it's like to really like be within the elements and still be alive, and keep your family alive and stuff. So I'm going and make it so bad. I'm to make it and really, I'm gonna go deep in my life too. So watch out for that and everything. But thank y'all, family that want to live. Listen out there. Please share this out. Please share this out. Y'all keep on saying, "Oh, we don't have conversations like this." We have a conversation like this. Y'all now the ones in the chat that show up. Yeah, thank you, nephew. Everybody, thank you. But I'm talking about the ones outside. I'm even talking about the men. We have these conversations. Y'all know who you are. Y'all don't want to show up, so shut the fuck up. Keep it real.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't want to be part of the conversations. Shut the fuck up. Yo, because I put the link out there. I ain't talking about the ones in the chat. I ain't talking about the ones in the chat. I ain't talking about you and AT. I'm talking about the ones outside. Shut up. Right? I don't want to hear that. You know, keep on sucking on the bottle like it's supposed to be. Yeah. Middle finger. You stupid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all too. That's the way I look at it. So this is what I'm saying. I want the people to see my face. So this is what I'm saying. You say you want men to be involved. You know, we need to be like that. But do we have conversations like that? Y'all don't want to show up. But I know what it is though. Y'all like to get on your knees. I know that. TC, y'all like the back shots. Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You do. You do. But y'all the same one.
Oh shit!
But see,
Don't do it
y'all the
to him
same.
like that,
But
underrated.
y'all the same ones. And I got this from personal claim. But y'all the same ones want to keep on talking. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna have both ways. So stop sucking on the dookie stick and get some masculinity and be a man, okay? That's what you need to do. And I ain't talking about just the young ones, because I just turned 59 at the beginning of the month and everything. Y'all like the old dookie stick. Y'all That's not good. All right, just letting you know right now, because y'all acting real weird. I'm letting you know right now, and your women supporting it, you're weird too. Maybe you put some mascara. I don't know what I'm saying. But Brian, thanks again, and everything. But watch out for me, brother Brian, because I want to be part of the New York conversation. Okay, bro?
Bet. You know I'm with it.
See, every time we Brian be starting me up, and brother, y'all be starting me up. That's all I want you. Brother Auntie, thank you so much. This is the last of NBA Legends 2. It's the 3 is gonna be soon. I don't know when. Brian, I want you to come back because we want to have these discussions again. And I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because the
Bet.
conversation's not happening like that. This is not.
I'm with it. I love basketball, so I talk
I
that
love
shit all day
basketball
with y'all.
too. So
I do
I
as
love
well.
basketball. But go ahead, brother. What you say, brother Auntie?
No, I do as well. That's what I mean. I mean, look, man, when the wheels fall off, like this old T Mac argument, like, bro, the wheels fell off, bro. You can't really, I mean, at this point, I gotta hold certain things against you. I mean, I get it.
Right.
Who was the
T
coach?
Mac, you never made it
Nah,
out. You never made
who
it
was the
out
coach in
of round
Toronto? Just like
one.
just like Brian mentioned, I get that, but coaches get fired. Who was the coach in damn LA? What, Del Harris, Kurt Rambis? Them boys got fired and they brought in the championship coach. So you show some promise and it'll happen. But you bailed. You bailed early. And that's cool. You know?
And also let me say the last thing before you
No, I
get
thought
off.
I
Let me say with your players, your former NBA players, that never won a ring, shut up.
Yeah.
Because you sound stupid. You never won a ring. You're scoring titles and all that. And NBA, and I remember once upon a time when greatness is laid upon you, y'all don't show up. Gilbert Arenas, stop it. Stop it. What is you talking about? Why social media is giving these guys the mic? They don't know what they're talking about. You need to come over here where we at. We do want to talk the real shit.
Well, no, there's money in being wrong these days. Like for real.
Yeah.
That's a hot take now. Like you
Yeah,
go
it's our
viral
take.
um
by saying some crazy shit, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a difference of opinion in that. I think he's actually more knowledgeable than people give him credit for. He's just an asshole, and that's what people be talking about. But I can
I would
appreciate it
say he
because
plays
I'm a
devil's
bit of an
advocate.
asshole too.
No, I would agree with you because he says a lot of grounded things when I see him having like legit conversations. But when he's saying things for shock value, he'll just say some shit. Um,
Yeah.
so I can see that. But at the same time, Gilbert Arenas mentality. He's pretty much always been honest about what his mentality was. Give me my money, and I just want to bust the other team's best player's ass. I want to have more points than him, and
Right.
wins come next. Wins and
Right.
titles come next. If I get a
I
bunch
mean,
of money and no rings, I'm
because of
good.
the,
I ain't taking
I
no
mean,
pay
it's
cut just to win a ring. That's
the
Gilbert
teams he
Arenas.
was on too, bro. Because when they was contenders, Gil got busy, son,
I
and
got
then
news.
they lost to better teams.
I would
They
not
lost to
take,
the Pistons,
bro.
and
I said this about Gilbert Arenas. I have never seen anybody that can like this man. Literally, like had like three careers in one. Like you talking like I don't know how you overachieve, underachieve, and still come back like he did. Like just a great player, just a phenomenal player, bro. Just a
Yeah, he
phenomenal
is.
player. You know what I'm saying? Highly touted, all of that, then falls, but still rises back up, and then falls again, and still comes back to where he is now. I'm like, this guy just can't. I don't know if you got a horseshoe stuck up your ass. You just luckiest son of a bitch on earth,
it's just the
Resilience,
are
mental
man.
really
state.
just good, bro. Like and everything. You know what I'm saying? He's just one of those dudes. I don't know, but he's still a knucklehead. It's like the dumb shit you've done, bro. Like
Yeah.
the things you've messed it all up for. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, all right, y'all. Y'all have a blessed night. It's gonna be a part. It's gonna be number 3. It's gonna be soon, Brian. I want you to go. What I want to do, I want to continue what me and Ants talking about, and then I want to talk about teams,
Bet.
the old
um,
teams and the new teams. Let's
this
compare
is a
it.
good question. Dirk versus Giannis. And I know to the naked eye, people are gonna say Giannis, but when you're talking about the eye test, I don't really know.
Hmm,
As far as
I-
well-rounded game or just a bigger asset, mm, that's deep. You know,
that's deep. Yeah. All right,
I guess
y'all.
I would probably have to give it to Giannis, both ends of the court.
All right, y'all.
Yeah.
All right. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all.
All right, Grinda.
All right. Peace.